2.
Are we live? Are we live? Yes, we are.
Little loud.
Welcome back, everybody. Guess who's back? Back again. Who invited Will back? Tell a friend.
Whoopity.
2024, first episode of 2024. It only took us till February to get it coming back.
A little 6
Only,
weeks.
only the
hiatus.
second time we've hung out, too, in the year.
Oh, that's true. But there's a reason for that, and we'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, welcome everybody to another wonderful episode of Who Invited Will.
Well,
My name
yippee-ki-yay,
is-
mother truckers.
That's right. That's right. To my left, and you're right, Mr. J.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
He's not Spanish, but his Spanish is fantastic. To my right, and your left, that's Willie Boy.
That me.
That is him. And I am another host of the show. Maybe
Not the main one, though.
Not the main one, though. Even though I'm sitting in the middle, doesn't make me the main one. My name is Neil. And you know what?
What an intro.
You know what?
And to my right is Neil.
You know what? You know, we've taken a few week break.
Say your line. And to
Oh,
my
boys,
right
boys.
Thank you.
Boys, we're back. We took about a 6-week break from the last episode, but I think everybody needs to have a 6-week break in their life from whatever they're doing. Don't you think? I feel
Profound,
rejuvenated.
profound.
I feel like a new man. How do you guys feel?
Good.
You feel good? That's great.
I feel good.
That's
good.
good.
I feel like a different person.
That's
you know?
good.
I've been on a journey.
You have
You know?
been on. You've been
Been on a journey
everywhere
A
and
lot
back.
happens in 6
all
weeks.
around the world.
You really have seen it all. Well,
I
a
have.
lot of it.
I've seen a lot of the
Most
United
of the
States.
Midwest, pretty much.
Hi, Dad. Shout out. Hi, Dad. Shout out. Hi,
So
Dad. Shout out. Hi,
we
Dad,
haven't
shout
seen.
out.
We
Hi, Dad,
haven't.
shout out.
We haven't seen. Well, we haven't been here in the last 6 weeks, and you said we haven't hung out in a bit. I think we should talk about your journey across America, because I don't think people understand the
Across
journey.
America.
America.
Did I grab my passport? No, because I was in America.
You could have easily.
America.
You could have easily flown home for Christmas, and home for you is D.C., right, or Virginia.
D.C., Maryland, Virginia, the
All of it.
DMV, as we
The
call it.
DMV.
I call it District of Columbia.
Boom. Boom.
All right.
Which is fair, I guess.
Which is not where I was, but still.
But it's in the area.
Yeah.
It's in the area. It's on the
you
right.
Can't fault me there.
Hey. It's on the
Will,
right
I
side.
actually saw Will back there.
Oh, yeah.
In the DMV, I remember.
We hung
that.
out
Yeah.
at Clyde's Tower Oaks Lodge and had some black and tans and some really tiny wings. They were smaller
How's
than
the
I
drinks,
remember.
Neil?
Yeah, nice.
We had some
nice cocktails.
Yanglings. We met with your
President Biden?
cousin-in-law
No.
and
Yep.
Will's
and
cousin-in-law.
your lovely wife Joyce.
Why did you decide, I think we got to get into this. Why did you decide to drive across the country from Denver, Colorado to DC rather than take a 2.5 hour flight? 3 hours? 3 hours. Oh, you flew it. Will flew it. Jay decided to drive it. Please tell me why.
Shouts to Curran in the chat. Why did I decide to drive?
Yeah,
Neil?
why? Because the drive is 36 hours?
3 little words. Adventure.
That's
That's
one
what it
word.
is.
1 word, 3 syllables.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get the origin,
So I
please?
drove out
Latin coming from the face.
Ventros. I don't know. Something like that.
Venti Prada.
Yep.
So
Gucci,
why?
Gucci Louis.
Yeah.
Why? Tell me why.
It's actually Fendi.
Tell me why.
So when I moved out here, I drove from Virginia to Denver.
The DMV.
Oh, way back in a little year called 2015.
Okay.
So I thought, I have a bunch of time off. I basically drove out here to accomplish a few things, but the main thing was career-wise. I came out here to go to...
Which you could have flown. Oh, no, you wanted a car here.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a
Okay.
car, so I drove in my ex, and I drove out in her Civic or
Oh.
Accord.
So you
Honda Accord.
didn't drive by yourself.
No, but then I thought, you know what? I've accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. It's been a banner year, in my life. And
Last year.
This past, 2023.
2023 is a
So
big
I
year.
thought-
Big ups.
Why don't I close the loop or come full circle? I couldn't think of the exact way I went, but it was basically closing the loop. Like I drove out the northern route through Pennsylvania, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa.
When you came here.
When I came here, and
Okay.
then so I was like, you know what? I want to go back the southern route. So I drove all across Kansas, stopped in Kansas City,
Kansas City. Okay.
drove to St. Louis after that. Stopped.
Okay.
Actually, I stayed in
Are you
Louis.
DJ Khaled or something tonight? Gatorade! Just saying random words that he said. Okay, wait.
He's
I
like
want
the
to talk
hype-
about the
the
stops.
hype
I want to
man.
talk.
Yeah.
You stopped in Kansas City.
I
Kansas City is known for their
barbecue.
yes, and they're in the Super Bowl. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. That's why I answered it. Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay, Kansas City barbecue.
Right.
It's known to be sweet, right? It's a sweet, tangy.
I did try it the first. So I stayed the night there
Yeah.
and went to a late night spot, which was kind of cool. Cool vibes.
Late night
barbecue.
specialist.
It was like-
late night barbecue for the late night specialist.
I left Denver at the early hour of like 4:30 p.m. or no 1:30 p.m.
Okay. That's when you started your trip?
that's when I
That
left.
is a late start, yeah.
So
It's a weirdly
it
late
might have
start.
even been later. Who knows? I got into Kansas City at
What is time really?
yeah. No, it might have been 4:30. I can't remember. It was sometime in the afternoon.
Okay, you left late.
And then I
It's a
drove.
social construct.
I drove past the area where we went shooting that time. Everyone remembers that video. How could they forget?
Okay, right. Middle
regular-
of nowhere,
regular-
Colorado.
Regular Annie Oakley.
Eastern Colorado, which is nothing.
Eastern Colorado and Western Kansas are basically the same thing.
Yeah, nothing.
There's
Flatland.
no differentiation. Kansas gets a little hillier. Honestly, Colorado,
What?
yeah, it gets like towards
What, like you gain like 10 foot in elevation?
well, that's probably central
I thought that
Kansas.
was funny.
That's probably
That
central
wasn't funny.
Kansas.
Okay.
It's weird though because like that's a funny thing. You know, Denver's mile high. I assume Kansas is a lot lower. It's hard. You can't perceive that you're like going up that much altitude because the gain is so gradual. It's
No,
kind
it's
of
so
weird.
slow. It's so slowed down to Kansas, is what you're saying, right? And so far up to Colorado when you're coming from Kansas.
Well, it would be
Like-
faster going down altitude by your logic, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but you wouldn't feel it.
I mean,
You're saying you're feeling it in your car or when you're walking?
I'm
You're
saying
you
it
can
always
feel-
seems like I'm above. You know what I mean? And I'm looking
Where?
down. Like it always seems like I'm going. It never seems like I'm ascending. I guess there are a few like big
Yeah.
areas. Have you
But-
driven through Kansas?
But you're saying
I
on the
have.
way there
but
or
south
on
or
the
north,
way back?
not east or west.
I'm
Or
just
both.
saying like you can't really perceive that you're losing altitude
I
or
agree with
gaining
that.
altitude.
I agree.
Yeah,
because
it's too
it's
far.
just like a plane.
Right.
It's like when they take off, you only feel this, right? Because
Where did it get good in Kansas? Where did
Austin.
it get good in Kansas when you're in Kansas, Jay? Where did it was like you're like, oh, this is cool. I like this part.
Tallahassee.
Hi,
That's not in
Hi,
Kansas.
Gabby. Thanks for listening to my
Jay.
story, Gabby. What's
Jay.
up, Austin?
What's the loop?
Exactly.
It's probably his story that he's not getting anywhere with.
Gabby's paying attention.
We're stuck
These
in
guys-
Kansas. We're one
these guys
state
are-
over right now.
I don't know what they're talking
We're
about.
8 minutes
to go.
in.
8 to go.
Okay, he won't
Okay.
answer the questions.
Kansas City is a
That's
lot
where it
more
got good?
like it's weird when you're driving in from Colorado. It feels like it's this
But
like
how did it feel? Were you going downhill or uphill to Kansas City? That's really what I care about.
well, technically downhill, but yeah. So it felt like it was like neon. It felt like it was like a casino city or something.
Kansas City?
Yeah, it was like
A
bright. There were a lot of
casino
lights. I guess
Oh,
there is
oh, oh.
Power and Light District is what they call the downtown
Midnight
there.
Rider.
Oh.
So I guess there's a lot of light. It
Power
just felt like
and
there was a
Light
lot
District?
of neon lights. Yeah, a lot of neon. I don't know why.
Okay, that's interesting. All right.
So
and
that's how I felt, and then I stopped at a late night place, which was just this like window you walk up to, and it was just a bunch of characters because it was like Saturday night or something. So it was like people after partying. So it was a fun. Little,
yeah. What time did you get to Kansas City?
Hey, Jay.
2:30
Hey, guess
too.
what?
2:30 in the
Yeah.
morning.
Hey, guess what?
That's not late
It's
night.
2024,
It's in the
Jay.
morning.
Do you
Oh,
know
the
that?
title. The
Huh?
title.
Huh?
Let him be. Let the producer tell the
Oh.
story. All right.
I
So
didn't
Kansas
know.
City. You go to the late night barbecue spot.
Then I go, okay, I gotta
Did
get
it
a
meet
hotel.
expectations?
It wasn't barbecue. It was just like a burger and fries. It was like late night
Oh.
fast food. It was actually
Oh.
pretty good though.
Yeah. Okay.
It was better than a
Brisket
lot of.
burger?
It's hard to mess up a burger though.
Yeah, I've had some bad ones.
Yeah. you
Really?
can.
You've had a bad burger?
In Ireland, I just about threw up.
Oh, Ireland.
Yeah, okay.
In
it's hard,
Ireland, I
hard
had
to
pizza.
mess up a burger in America.
Yeah.
Is what Neil meant.
No, I meant like yeah. That was a little. That was
Yeah.
that was a wild
zinger.
statement. That was wild actually. I had pizza in Bangkok and it was horrible.
Oh yeah,
it was
pizza
so
in a lot
bad.
of countries is really bad.
I couldn't. But when you're, but when you're in the far east, as I call it, right?
Were you laughing at your
There's
joke
no
before
you
said
need America. Yes, you need America. You get sick of the rice and the soups and the noodles.
Neil goes
you
like
need
this.
you need something hearty like a steak, a burger, or something.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
think one
Italian
thing-
food. I had the
one
pizza.
thing
I
you-
tried.
yeah.
I was desperate. I was like, I gotta have something like
Carbs.
American food.
Give me carbs.
Give me some. No, you get carbs everywhere, but I need a pizza. And I was like,
We're
"Damn,
really
this is the
spoiled.
worst pizza in the world.
We're really spoiled in America
Oh,
because
we're
we have
so
access
lucky.
to like every single type of
Yeah.
food, and it's all pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, and it's also like good ingredients. It's like
Well,
healthy.
sometimes.
You know what I mean?
Is it better
Healthy.
pizza?
No, I'm saying like
ingredients,
sanitation
better
wise.
pizza.
Like you don't get
Is it
sick.
Papa John's?
That's why I think when people move to this country, they get really fat. Everybody gains a ton of weight. Like every
Yeah.
person who's
I
like,
lost like 10 pounds living abroad.
yeah,
Did you lose weight when you were in Egypt?
I don't know. I was pretty skinny though. Yeah, I
People
guess so.
here don't just drive around. That's the thing. People don't walk anywhere here. In
It's not just
foreign
that. I
countries,
think
there's a lot
it's-
more walking.
The eating habits are different. People here eat.
Where does that have to
like-
do with the fast food?
Yeah.
Well,
You're like,
it's
people walk
exercise too.
more, so
Oh,
I
to
guess-
lose weight, you need exercise, not just diet.
Yeah.
Diet's probably the most important, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But you also need the fact that we
You
sit
really
on our
need to get a
butts all day.
long-term calorie
Yeah.
deficit.
So
Yeah.
Kansas City was cool. Then I was like, I need to get a hotel. So I basically called. There was some nice hotel near me, which I actually liked a lot. It's called It's like Lowe's, like like the movie
You
theaters.
stayed at a Lowe's.
Yeah, it was Lowe's
What aisle?
Home Improvement. No, it's not like it's like LOEWS, not LOWE
Okay.
apostrophe S. So it's
Okay.
like it's the reverse spelling.
Fancy.
That was nice. Yeah,
Mhm.
they had like a coffee shop in there in the morning and like a bakery. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's like big. So I stayed there on the way back too.
Huge lobby.
So that was nice.
Massive.
Then I realized, oh wait a second, I love nice hotels. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you do.
Like
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just like, wait a
You're like,
second.
let me take a
this
picture of
is,
this guy.
This is like the best part of traveling. Like because a lot of people are like, oh, you can stay in like a Motel 6. I'm like, no. You got to stay in like
No, that's-
a
yeah.
motel like at least
At
7
least
or 8.
8.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jay's like, give me that Motel
We see
12,
where
brother.
those jokes are going.
Jay,
I see those jokes coming a
You know what
mile
I
away.
would say? I think Jay lives. I think a lot of people exist.
Yeah.
You were living on this trip.
Oh, I'm a bon
You didn't,
vivant.
yeah, you go above and beyond. You're bougie.
Yeah, look
Okay,
at-
did you get food on the way out of Kansas City?
I did. I went and stopped and got barbecue, which is I know what you're interested to hear. It was sweet. It wasn't great. Guy next to me.
Wasn't great.
Guy next to me at the bar.
Mid.
He was just like,
Mid.
"Do you guys sell this barbecue sauce?" He's like, "Man, people have been telling me to come in here for this sauce," and he's like, "And it doesn't disappoint." And then he bought a bottle of. So I was like, maybe I don't like this style of barbecue, but I didn't think the sauce was anything special. I was like, okay, it's just
You're
normal.
like, wait,
Yeah.
you guys sell this in a bottle? This swine sauce? This disgusting?
It was just like bland, like you know what I mean, just regular barbecues. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it was bad, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't
It
like
could also-
I need to buy a bottle.
Do you
Like,
think
yeah.
it's also that stuff gets hyped up and like these people are so insecure that they think if I go back with the barbecue sauce that people recommended, they'll like me more?
I'm not a psychologist, Will. Like the guy said he liked the sauce and he bought a bottle. All I'm saying
But
is
you know
I
what
wouldn't
I'm
have bought a
saying?
bottle.
Don't deep dive into that.
You come back.
What
and
if
you're
the
like,
man's
"Hey,
childhood
guys,"
was full of barbecues? I don't know.
Yeah.
You come back with
Gabby
the sauce.
makes.
you
Gabby
come
makes
back
a.
with the sauce.
Gabby,
and you
go ahead. Go ahead.
come back with the sauce. And you're like, guys, check it out, and everyone goes, "What the heck? You were in Kansas City, Bobby? You were there and you didn't tell me."
He definitely lived there. I mean, it had really good reviews.
Gabby
He
makes a
lived there
good
and
point.
He's never been to the
Yeah.
most famous place in Kansas City. He's a liar and a cheat, Jay. I don't believe him for 1 second.
Gabby has a good point. We're
Will's
still
on
in
his own.
Kansas. We're still in
Yeah.
Kansas. Okay, so
Late
that-
night fast food is the greatest invention in the history of the United States of America. That's what Colby says.
That's everywhere though.
Colby,
Late night
you would,
fast
you
food's
would,
everywhere.
Colby, you'd love Kansas City.
Okay, so what's after Kansas? Where did you go? You went
what-
to St. Louis.
But also
Missouri. Missouri's
was
after
it just Kansas? Is it Kansas then Missouri as far as states?
Yeah. See,
How
that's
far
another
is it
thing I
from
learned.
Kansas to St. Louis
Far. Because
Really?
Kansas City's on the border
of Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, Kansas City is on the border of Missouri and Kansas. So I stopped in
Yeah.
the Missouri side. I don't think
Oh.
the Kansas side has much going on.
Oh.
I think
Oh.
most of Kansas City is Kansas City, Missouri.
It's on
Oh,
a river.
okay.
I think so. I think it's might
So
be
then
on.
they split
no,
the
it's
No,
not
difference
on
the
a
half and
border.
half?
The border.
It's
The
on the
state
border.
But the border is usually like natural.
Yeah, there's a
things
Kansas
within
City,
the-
Kansas, and there's a Kansas City, Missouri.
But is there a river between?
I don't think.
Why?
I don't
Look it
remember.
up.
Don't know.
Let us know.
Why
I
would
don't
they put it
think
right on?
Let us know in the
so.
comments.
No,
Is there a
there's no
river? Is there a
No,
river
no.
that splits it?
I saw so many cities. I'm like trying to picture in my head.
How long
no,
is
there's
to
no
Kansas
river.
City to St. Louis?
It's far. I don't remember.
Are those the
It-
details we really need?
It
Yeah,
probably
because-
took like 7, 8
Okay,
hours.
so you drove
yeah.
another 8 hours. You stopped.
Well, I stopped in St. Louis and I just checked it out. Like the downtown little strip is kind of nice and cool. It looks like looks like I don't know how to, it's like old timey like Midwest. It just has this.
Would you
certain,
go
like,
there again?
I would
Would you ever
check
go
out-
to visit?
Well, I didn't stay in St. Louis, so I'd definitely go to visit.
But what about the hotel lobbies?
I didn't. There were no hotels. I went to that arch though. The arch is pretty
The St.
trippy.
Louis Arch?
It's trippy.
What is trippy
Like,
about it?
I don't know. Like standing
It's
underneath
big.
it, I kind of got like
Vertigo.
not scared, but like just sort of like wow, this
How
thing
big
is
it
huge.
is?
It's huge, and it's just like
Jay's like,
it's
Daunting.
almost like Alien because
What
it's
if I was
just
an
one
ant?
shape. It's like a giant singular shape. It's not like
the
other
Missouri
big
River
stuff,
splits Kansas City.
yeah. Okay,
Well
yeah,
done.
Missouri River. That's what I kind of thought.
Do you know what
but-
St. Louis is known for, other than the arch? Their pizza.
gang by.
Oh, I didn't know
They
that.
use like really weird cheese. I don't know. The really weird
Gang
cheese.
violence,
There's like
he
a
said.
cheese that they use that is like really strange and like it makes Missouri. It's
Okay.
like a Missouri thing.
They call it
And they're like-
St. Louis cheese.
They're like, look
I don't know
how
what it's
quirky
called. It
we
starts with a
are.
G. It's
We got
something
a
G
different
cheese
kind
or
of
something.
cheddar.
But St. Louis is definitely on a river. There's like river boats right next to the
Okay.
arch. Is like next
But
to
you
the river.
didn't
And
stay
then
there?
There's a couple cool bridges. I
Where'd
drove
you
around.
stay?
I just drove around and took a little break, and
So where'd you go to next?
I stayed in Louisville.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Louisville.
I always think
Louisville.
of that Dee Dee Megadoodoo.
Louisville.
You know, it's like this fallen Louisville police officer. She couldn't pronounce her name. She's like,
I don't know what that is.
I'll play it. Hold on.
No, now? Do it later.
I'll play it. I'll play it
Okay,
later.
after.
So yeah, Louisville
You'll
was
never
okay. It was also
remember.
Christmas Eve. So
Oh, it's going to be dead.
yeah. So there was one
So it's
fast
college
food.
town,
I don't know about
I
that.
think.
I have no idea. So there was like basically nothing really open. The hotel was pretty empty. Like so, I was like trying to. Okay, I need to go get late night food again because I've driven, all day, 2 days in a row.
It's like 2 a.m. again now.
I don't know. Yeah, 1:30 or something.
Okay.
Time is just a construct.
So
Neil.
then I
Christmas Eve, 2
I
a.m.
go to
is
this
tough.
other place, this other fast food place, and it's like it's inside. There's like chairs so you can sit and wait, and then there's just like 3 people. There's like a tall, older white guy who like can't really talk. He can like make sounds, but he's mostly communicating
Customers
like through
or their-
sort of sign language with the other cook.
Personnel.
Who's like a younger black kid, like not kid, but maybe 20s. And then there's a woman, like a middle-aged kind of white lady, who's just like, y'all, like, we are getting absolutely slammed with orders because we're the only place open in the whole city.
Yeah,
so
I
she's
believe
like,
that.
She's like, the DoorDash thing's like just printing like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
People keep coming in. She's like, y'all, it's gonna be like 45 minutes. She's like, I'm sorry, I can give you your drinks. Like,
This is the
so
graveyard shift. They
Right.
just, like, have
Christmas
the
Eve
worst
graveyard
of the
shift.
worst people working.
Right. And so, well, I mean, they seem nice, but like, yeah, anyway, so
But not
they're like
comparable.
throwing stuff together, like just
Literally
DoorDash people would
throwing.
come in, they wouldn't even start making the order until the driver showed up, and then they would just like shuffle through the deck of receipts and be like, okay, we'll start making it now that you're here, but it's going to be a while. And so like,
Wow.
No
Every-
tips
What
for
kind of
those
restaurant was
drivers.
it?
it was like same thing, burgers, fries,
Wow.
late night, sort of local fast food joint, but you
Right.
could tell it was like people walking from like wherever they lived, or it was
But
like,
imagine the people that ordered the DoorDash. They're waiting and like,
Oh, it's like a
let's just
2-hour
order
wait.
in. You wait
That's
2
what
hours.
you get
it
for
I
ordering
know, I
2
agree.
a.m. for
But then-
December
And
24th.
it's just so shitty because then the guy
In
shows
Louisville.
up and then they're like, well, the food was late. We're
no,
not
see,
tipping you."
that's what I thought. But this is one thing about not living somewhere that's like bougie, like Denver or DC or San Francisco or wherever. Like everyone was chill. Nobody complained. Nobody seemed impatient.
Except the
Everyone
waitress.
just sat down and like was basically just like, she's like, it's gonna be a while. They're like, yeah, whatever. Some people were just like, nah. But nobody made a scene. Nobody complained.
Yeah.
Everyone was patient. Everyone was just like nice. We were kind of just like, nobody really talked either. It was really nice. Like people come in.
You're like, I have faith in
The
America.
South, baby.
they're
The
just
South
like-
is way more
yeah,
chill.
the South is different. So the
It's
people
not
were
as bougie.
yeah, exactly. People would come in and then like, oh, I know yours got to be next. Mine just get like very polite. And I'm like, imagine this happened in DC, dude. People
No
would be
way.
Rabid.
rioting.
No.
They would be
Biting
like,
people.
this is outrageous. I ordered it. Screaming. I'm like screaming at the service people. Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, dude, this is. So Louisville, as much as I didn't really get to experience it, I'm like, Louisville had nice vibes. It seemed a little bit like it was struggling though. Like there's a nice downtown, but there really wasn't much going on. Interesting houses though in the South too. A lot of porches, a lot of iron lights and
Hey, Jay,
grates and stuff.
could you talk to me too?
He's telling you the story.
No, he's not. He's not
He's
looking at
me.
me once.
I'm
I'm
looking
Okay,
at
talking.
the
you're
table.
involved, okay?
I'm talking.
The show, your name is in the
Jay
show.
goes
What
Hold on, I'm gonna
unfazed.
get a beer. Talk
No,
about
you
your
can't
show.
finish
Hold on,
this.
hold on.
I'm talking. Jay goes unfazed. I
He
start
stopped. Did
talking
he
through
just-
him. He doesn't even stop for a second. Just bullies.
Let him tell his story. We got through how many states? We're 11 minutes
Three.
in. We got through
Three.
Kansas, Missouri, and we're stuck in Louisville.
at this point, we're at
Well, now it's gonna be the show
the
about
show.
his trip. That's it.
Just there. We don't even get to do. We don't get to learn what
He
did
drove
there
back.
or driving back. It's gonna be.
He drove back. There's that part of the story as well. But
the
anyway,
best part is now we have 3 episodes worth of material that we don't have to worry about. No planning next week. No plan the week
that's
after.
the story. Yeah, it's a 3-episode series of
It's
Jay's
what we
trip to
call
DC.
the Jay really.
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Trilogy.
Super Bowl week, real quick.
Kansas City. I brought back a bunch of these Yanglings.
You're just saying Kansas City because you were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
And he
the
stayed at
barbecue
Lowe's.
was mid.
It's mid.
Overall, food is probably one of the lower lights of Kansas City. Like, I didn't have any great food, but I did have a really, really awesome
Hotel.
dining experience, is how I'll put it, which is interesting. Anyway, I'll explain later
yeah.
on the way
okay.
back.
So now
So,
you break
yeah,
you
Yangling.
break out of Louisville.
This is one beer they don't have
Your
here.
mom thought something was funny.
I don't know. Probably you.
Neil, this is one beer they don't have here. Excuse me.
Yeah, their favorite.
Read the top
son.
of the bottle for me, please. What does it say?
America's oldest brewery, Youngling, Black and
Yangling.
Tan.
See, you
Yangling.
can't even say it.
Yangling.
See,
well,
Neil is constantly the guy who's like, you don't know what insert random thing that only exists in Texas.
Kolaches. You
I
guys
bet
didn't know what kolaches
You
is.
couldn't
That's
even say
insane.
Yangling. It's the oldest brewery in America.
Yangling,
They don't even.
dude,
They
it's
don't even.
spelled-
They
how
don't
can
even
you-
sell it.
how-
They don't even sell it here in Colorado.
Okay.
It's
Must
crazy.
not be that good.
So that
No,
it must
it
be not
Make it
that
out this
famous.
far.
On the-
I've heard
Oh,
of
it's just-
Budweiser. Have you?
Austin will back
There's
me
one
up.
thing I haven't heard of.
Hey,
Bud Light.
DC,
Never
do you
heard
guys
of
drink
that.
Coors Light? That's from here. You ever heard of that?
Oh yeah, that's America's worst brewery, basically.
Hey, watch your mouth.
But you've at least heard of it.
They're
it made
listening.
it out. It made it all the way out.
Yeah,
to the
because
East Coast.
Yangling didn't sell out and make its product taste like absolute club soda. Yangling still
Yeah.
has flavor years and years and years later.
I'll tell
It's
you-
actually,
Family
since
owned.
beer
Is it
was
family
brewed in
owned?
this country.
Coors on
I
a
think so, yeah.
Coors on a golf course hits different.
That's true.
It
No,
hits
Coors Light's
different.
good. I don't mean to say America's worst brewery. I was just trying to dunk on
I
Will
think you
there.
did mean it.
I was dunking on Will.
Okay, so now you're
okay,
at
so-
But I hit him
Louisville.
with the
Did you
hizzy.
get any breakfast in Louisville?
Breakfast at Louisville. And no, it was Christmas Day that when I woke up, so there was
Right.
no breakfast. So I was
Right.
like, so then I have to drive through Kentucky because like St. Louis is on the border of Missouri and Kentucky, and Kansas City's on the border of Missouri and Kansas.
Right.
I learned there's a little St. Louis Kansas City rivalry, obviously
The
way edge
gangs.
opposites
Think of the
state.
gangs.
But St. Louis is supposedly more
Well, Missouri,
southern. St.
Kansas
Louis is more
rivalry.
southern,
Missouri,
and Kansas City.
Kansas rivalry.
Well, no, I'm saying St. Louis and Kansas City,
City.
Missouri rivalry, like an inter-Missouri city
Really?
rivalry. Yeah. Anyway,
That's strange.
so anyway, I mean, it's not that strange.
What
but-
changed?
It is because there's a Missouri Kansas hate.
Okay,
I don't
see
think
that.
it's a. I don't think
It's a friendly. It's a friendly rivalry. It's a rivalry. It's like
okay,
sibling
internal,
I
rivalry.
think
Yeah.
they
So did
shoot
you
each
go?
other.
Are you at West Virginia now? That's next.
No,
right?
so I drive through Kentucky. I stop on Christmas Day. Only one place open: a Wendy's inside of a Love's gas
Shout out
station.
Wendy's.
The
Wow.
people in there, that was rough. I thought the night before was rough with the like people who have to work on the worst shift of the year. Christmas Day lunch shift at a Wendy's
Pretty tough.
in random middle of nowhere Kentucky.
And you know your
only place
customers are gonna
open
be
for miles.
Brutal.
Oh
the
my
people
god.
that come in. Are
People
just
were still
like,
nice though, but there was like this older lady. She was just coughing up a storm. Like she'd be like packing nuggets, and I'm just like, oh god, I gotta eat these nuggets now.
I mean, you don't have to.
I'm hungry,
You
though.
don't have to. I know you spent
Yeah.
$2.99 on it, but you
I
don't
definitely
have to eat
debated
the
like,
coughed up.
should I just walk away? But then I was like, you know what? It is what it is. So it's
You know
like
what? This is
they
a
were
store
all.
for the
It was like the
podcast.
older lady, and then it was
If
all.
I die, I die.
It was all like 19-year-old kids, like white dudes.
Can you
Like,
imagine
skinny.
Jay in this gas station? It's a
like
Wendy's
this.
loved gas station Christmas lunch, and the lady's coughing all over his nuggets. He said, "I have to eat this. I have to eat this. I can't not throw it
He's
away."
just standing there, awkwardly giant, just like staring, but then like 1,000-mile stare past her, just in case
Yeah.
if she looks over, he's just like, oh.
I'm like
my
looking
God.
in the path from her mouth to the nuggets. Like there has to be a barrier. There has to be some kind of barrier. Like I'm trying to convince
Please be a
myself.
plastic glove, please.
Oh, dude.
So you
Those
ate the nuggets and you
oversized
survived.
So it was all her and a bunch of skinny white kids, right? Like, and then
Wow.
one kid in the middle. I feel like in the
You're
middle
in,
of the shift,
Yo.
is he in Missouri? No, you're in Kentucky.
one kid quit in the middle of the shift when I was standing there. He just goes, "That's it, man. I'm not coming in again. I'm done. I'm not coming in tomorrow. I'm done." And then he keeps working. He's like, he's like basically like, I'm
can't
gonna
let the
finish.
team
I'm gonna
down,
finish
yeah.
my shift out, and then it's over. Like this is the worst shift of my life. That was pretty hilarious.
Was it busy?
Because it
Sort.
was.
I mean, Okay,
It
it,
was
wasn't busy, but it was like every person in that area was there. So it was like they'd probably been making fried nuggets for the last like 14 hours. They were running out of stuff. They're like, we got to go check if there's more nuggets in the bag. Like they were running out of the reserves of nuggets, of fries, like because everyone's just ordering nuggets
It was
and fries.
exactly
right?
like wartime. Like they bonded
yeah, I
on
wouldn't
a
say it was that
different
bad.
level. They're like, chicken nuggets. The guy gets
Chicken cover!
The guy's like, guys, I cannot make this anymore. But you know what? I've been through this with you. We're brothers from this day till the end
No,
of
it
days.
was not like
and
that
I
at all.
will leave this shift with you guys, or you'll be pulling me out the back.
No, it was much more muted than that. It was just like the lady's coughing everywhere, and she's like, hold on, can somebody get me more fries? And then the kids are just like, we need to get more fries. Like, and then the guy's like, all right, I'm putting fries down. It's like, how many more
can they
minutes? How
be?
many more minutes? It was just like
Things are beeping.
it was
and
just
stuff
yeah,
like that.
everything's
Oh, yeah.
beeping. It just sucks, right? Like it's not like Band of Brothers. It's like I have to fucking be here on Christmas Day and make 4,000 things of nuggets one after the other after the
Yeah,
other.
that's a
right?
tough
Like,
shit.
Yeah,
That's
that sucks.
tough.
because
That's tough.
people still go to the hospital with burn wounds.
Yeah, I mean
Different.
Yeah,
A little bit
Versus
different
next level
situation.
versus fire.
So anyway, I drive through West Virginia. West Virginia starts to get more like Kentucky gets
West
a little hilly.
Virginia.
West Virginia is like
Country
mountainous.
roads.
Yeah. Like all the towns in West Virginia, it's like you're driving on the highway and they're all below in like some valley. Like it's very
Yeah, they're
mountainous.
called
Appalachia.
hollers. They're called hollers. They're
Water
the side
hollers.
roads.
Yep.
The side roads. I watched a documentary on West Virginia last
The
weekend.
incest.
No. Different
Oh, okay.
documentary.
There's
Don't
this-
know what documentary
Blue-
that
and they
is.
turn blue.
If people actually want to see
You know what I'm
something
talking
crazy, there's this
The blue people?
YouTube channel called Dark Underbelly
Be
or
careful.
soft underbelly,
Soft
something
white
like that.
underbelly.
Soft black.
Soft white underbelly.
Okay, maybe it is. Is it?
I said white. He goes black. You mean? I
What is it called?
I don't know.
It's called
one of
soft white underbelly.
those- Okay.
Do you know?
So
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
know
it's-
about
the
it.
guy does like like a documentary style, and he interviews people. So sometimes it's on Skid Row, and he's interviewing a prostitute or a drug dealer or a drug addict. But one of the first things he did
I
was
hope
like
people
a
can
full
still hear
length,
us.
and by full length I mean, it sounds like someone can hear us. 40-minute documentary.
You
on,
can hear other people's hearing.
Well, no one's commenting.
Yeah.
He said hollers.
Yeah, hollers. Exactly. He
Yeah,
heard you.
that's what I'm saying.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So he goes and he like finds this family that the entire family is like
Incest.
probably 3 or 4 generations of just incest.
Oh my god.
That's
You guys have watched the same documentary?
no. He just knows the whole reason I'm telling this story is because I said incest, West Virginia.
Oh.
So yeah, it's really
That's a little
sad,
sad.
but it's also
Yeah.
like it's like brutal. Like you can see
Sad and
you're-
brutal? Wow. Gotta watch it.
But it's the one thing that is nice is a little thing called evolution to make sure that we don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, via the YouTube video?
No,
Or that
I'm
they've
saying-
learned something.
I'm saying it's a good thing that evolution exists and that like God or the universe punishes you for like breeding with your relatives.
Right.
Right, because after a couple of years, you die out because you are completely gone. Right, severe disability. Across
Have you ever
the board.
seen these people? The blue.
What
They're
are
blue.
these?
I call him Mr. Smurf.
There's people born with blue skin. Have you
Where?
seen it? Is it
Jay, those
Kentucky?
are what we call filters.
This is Kentucky?
I think so.
Is it only Kentucky?
Yeah, the blue people of Kentucky.
Aren't they called the blue healers or something?
Nope.
Did you see someone who was blue?
No, I didn't see.
Oh.
They're not everywhere.
Well,
Well, you were in Kentucky. I thought this may you might have
There's,
saw it in Louisville.
there's like a family.
blue dogs.
Louisville.
Yeah, you see, here's old lady. I guess it probably had something to do with incest. I don't know.
I
don't know
think what
what's
it had to
going-
do was
I don't
Maybe there
think-
was, like,
where did you
chemicals
get
in the
incest
water.
out of that?
I think they didn't realize that you could bathe yourself with water and not wine. That's what I
But
think.
He was fair skinned.
genetic mutation. That's what it is.
Can
It's
people-
not
Oh, he got
incest.
He got poisoning.
a
Some
fam
kind of
with
poison.
blue skin caused by genetic mutation. That's
Okay.
interesting. Never seen a blue person before. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
only seen the Blue
Other
Man
than-
Group, and they're awesome.
Yeah, sick.
Why isn't the camera?
Are you one of them? Wow, you're good. You're freaking good, boy.
I start razzle
Blue Man Will. Did we lose it?
maybe the camera for a second.
No way.
Why is it showing?
I thought maybe in 2024 we'd be back
We'd
with
be back.
with production. He
Is it-
switched everything out.
Is the
Love
camera?
has-
Yeah, is it the camera? I don't know. Is the camera on?
Camera's on. Wait for it.
Too many blueberries.
That's a good one.
Colby.
Yeah.
I saw. In the meantime, while
Love
our
has
producer's
won.
working on the production, I watched a documentary about West Virginia,
Can
and
you
it was
turn
all
it
about
on and off?
haulers.
I think it might have to be. Nothing I'm doing is working. All right, Will, got any more savage one-liners for us?
Give me a topic. I'll see what I could come up with, brother.
West Virginia.
Incest. Just immediately go back to it.
it's off. It still has the same thing.
I think it's the one
What?
chord.
It's not. He fixed it.
Obviously not. Well, I hope you guys can still hear us. I also had a
Oh,
nice...
okay, it worked now.
Sick. I also had a great break.
Yeah.
So,
All
okay,
right,
so
we're,
now
and
we're
we're
in
back.
West Virginia, making your way
Yeah, in
up.
the
So yeah,
hollers.
Making
so
your
I
way
forgot to mention.
uptown.
So I've been getting more into software development, and so basically,
Okay.
it's part of. We should do New Year's resolutions because I have basically one.
Okay.
But we'll do. It
I know
later.
what mine is.
Shouldn't it already have started?
Fix this show.
It has started.
Go ahead.
Fix it. No, so yeah, basically I listened to this one podcast called The Engineering Room, which is this guy named Dave Farley. He wrote a famous book about how to do software.
Eyes over here, Jay.
Okay.
Eyes
Which
over here.
which started something called DevOps, which is like a whole thing. It's like a whole profession. Anyway, he interviews people, and I listened to like I don't know how many interviews, probably 12 hours of Dave. Like I just listened to so many Dave Farley Engineering Room interviews, one after the other, and that's why I listened to the entire drive.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh.
So West Virginia was me driving through mountains, and I briefly went through Indiana, and then West
Really
Virginia was
important
just
for the
driving
story,
through the
don't worry.
Appalachians.
It'll come back
I have
around.
no idea what the software development was about.
No, I'm saying
Just
like
like you were-
so I'm just cruising through mountains, and I'm just
Listening to
imagine like
software
the
development.
entire way, hours
Driving
and
through
hours.
the
It's all
hollers.
just like it's just like a British
Software
guy talking
development.
about software
Yeah.
He
development.
ran
the
over
whole
Hey,
time.
like three.
if that works for
He
you.
ran over 3 kids because he was so distracted with it. He's like, "This is such a peaceful drive."
No, but you know what the most annoying thing was? You know Ryan Reynolds, like that cell phone company he has.
Don't know the cell phone company, but I know Ryan
He
Reynolds.
does like so many. Like I'm like Ryan Reynolds is gonna kill me this. Like I'm trying to skip. I can't skip fast enough. It's so annoying. Every ad he does is like, "Hi, I'm Ryan Reynolds. This is my cell phone company." And I'm just like,
Okay.
dude, enough. Like, can
Yeah.
you just stop with the damn Mint Mobile? Anyway, so
All right,
I
we
make
get
it
through West
there.
Virginia, and then what's? How were the
that kinda
Appalachian?
funny?
Did you drive over the Appalachian
Yeah, it
Mountains?
was mostly dark. They're nice.
Oh.
When I drove back, it was snowing, and I got kind of stuck, and not stuck.
Did
but
you see
stuck.
any?
How did the Subaru
did you see
handle the
any
road?
eyes in those
Beautifully.
hills?
Really? So how'd you get stuck?
Did you see
Does
any
traffic?
eyes in
No,
those
I didn't get
hills?
stuck.
We'll
Yeah,
just
the
come
hills
with
had
the
eyes.
bangers tonight.
So anyway, this is part one of the. I'll talk
That
about the
was a-
trip
that-
back
that
next
was a nice
episode.
That was
It's
it?
Too long.
That was a nice callback.
I did end up going to Rehoboth Beach, so I drove all the way to the beach. Like one of the
Didn't you guys
couple
go to the
weekends
beach
after.
together?
No,
No, it's not that
I've
close.
never been to the beach with him.
Oh. East Coast Beach though. Nothing to write home
Ed.
about. Let's just be real,
It's
right?
different. It's a different vibe than West
Yeah,
Coast
it's
Beach.
called
But you
Yeah,
can actually go in.
it's called-
No, but you can actually go in the
It's
water.
called the Atlantic Ocean.
I feel like in the West Coast, you're like, the water's cold, and you're also like at risk of being dragged out to sea at like any moment because the water's so choppy. The East Coast is a lot warmer and it's a lot more calm.
A lot more
Huh.
syringes.
There's not cliffs.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think there's syringes in both coasts.
A lot more syringes, Will says. All right. Well, that was
Way
part
better
one.
food. Way better.
That was
food.
part one of Jay's
Gavin
trip. We're
says
gonna make people
Will-
wait for part two.
Different.
Way
Will.
better food at the East Coast
Jeez.
beaches, right?
Way better food at which one?
East Coast.
Oh, come on.
Way
you're
better
saying
food?
Yeah.
Fish
Oh.
taco.
No.
Imagine you're on the beach.
No.
Fish tacos.
Taco.
You
What?
lose.
Wait,
you
what?
immediately
wait.
lose by
What
saying
food
fish
are,
tacos.
What food are you eating
Yeah,
at the
'cause
East
you
Coast
can't
Beach?
even eat the fish
Oh,
in
he's talking like
Atlantic.
Maine and stuff.
Yeah, but
right?
also like crab cakes, like oysters. I guess they have oysters on the West Coast too. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Okay.
But
Crab
that's
cakes
from the
and,
East
and
Coast for sure.
lobster, crab cakes and lobster. What is it? Sandwiches? What is
Lobster rolls.
Lobster rolls. Okay, I'll give you
Lobster
that.
bisque.
Those are both.
But fish tacos.
lobster and mac
I mean,
and cheese.
find me a person in the
Ceviche.
world. Find me a person in the world whose favorite food is fish tacos. I love fish tacos personally, but it's nobody's favorite.
What about fresh
Find me
ceviche? Tuna.
1 out of 5 people's favorite food is
Tartar.
probably crab cake or lobster roll or crab legs or
But that's not most of the East Coast. When you think of East Coast, you're thinking like North Carolina, South Carolina, the middle part.
See, I don't think. I think.
New
I think.
Jersey.
I think of like the East Coast as almost like starting. Like,
Northeast.
Yeah, mostly like probably Virginia Beach and up. I don't think
Yeah.
of like North Carolina. Doesn't have
South
bad
Carolina
food, though.
has beaches.
Florida.
Yeah, but that's
Come on.
to me. That's like
West-
One of the biggest.
I don't
coasts.
think when I think East Coast beach, I don't think Florida. You know what I mean? I don't think Miami. I think of that as something else.
All right. Well, that was Jay's trip one way.
Attaboy,
Maybe we'll hit
Karen.
the second
Fish
part
tacos on the
later.
beach hit
It only
diff-
took us
yeah.
20 minutes, so that's good. No, I like the story. I think it's a good story.
I mean,
mean 40?
there's more
It's
stuff.
still, I think you're a
to
little.
tell.
You stopped. It took you 4 days to go 36
no,
hours.
it took me 3. I think. Yeah.
Vroom,
No.
vroom, brother.
Yeah.
You stopped Kansas City. You stopped at St. Louis. You
No,
stopped
I
in
didn't stop. I didn't
He
stay in
came-
Oh.
St.
went
Louisville.
through.
Kansas City, Louisville,
And then the next day I was
DC?
there. Yeah.
Ooh.
Or Maryland.
Maryland. Yeah,
That's
3
a
days.
great question, Colby.
Cars.
Is fish tacos Taco Mex? I would say no.
Tex-Mex, you mean?
Tex-Mex.
Fish tacos definitely
no,
not
it's
Tex-Mex.
Not Tex-Mex.
No,
it's like
dude.
more Mexican than most of the shit
Yeah,
we eat.
fish tacos is like when you think of fish
Like what
tacos, I think of
actual-
like San Diego.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't
Or
think
like
of anywhere else.
in Puerto Vallarta, man, there was this fish taco place. It was just like a kiosk, like a stand. I got super sick that night. Although I
wonder
there
why.
could have been a lot of culprits though.
Yeah,
but those
that's
fish
fair.
tacos
He's
were
like, I was
so
licking the toilet.
Worth
good.
it. Worth it.
Marisma or something.
If you knew you're gonna
I'd
get
go
sick
back.
from it, would you eat it again?
Yeah,
Knowing you're gonna get sick, that means it's
depends
real.
how
Knowing?
sick. Depends
Knowing.
how sick.
What-
I would
how
get-
sick you got last
I don't
time?
know. If I knew I was gonna get sick, I might pause, but I would go back and risk it not knowing. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Exactly. That's how I would.
I
think
see
it.
that. I think that's fair.
The fried fish tacos were good. The grilled fish, man, it was awesome. They were like
Steamed
they were
fish.
like battering it in front of you and frying it. It was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
So what? How's your? You've been off for 8. We've been gone for 6, 7
they
weeks.
were making the tortillas.
He doesn't give a fuck about what.
They were making the tortillas
Who
and
invited
battering the fish right in front of you. It was awesome.
Oh, that is
Anyway,
nice.
So,
That-
so
no,
what
the
did you
fresh
do on your
tortillas is a game changer. It
break? Rolling
really is
them
nice.
and then
They
then
went
grilling
out to
them
the
up?
field,
Oh my god.
got the corn, brought it back,
That's
pulled
right.
it in the mace,
Uh-huh.
smashed it up.
Well done.
Mace.
That is how you
What is
make
that?
tortillas, corn tortillas.
That's like a
What's up with you?
Nice.
How was your break? How's the beginning of 2024? What's going on?
Don't remember.
Good.
Pretty good. I don't know.
Well, you wanted
saw
your-
family.
I don't know.
What did I mean,
I don't know. Why you
I thought you wanted to talk about your break.
not really. I don't.
You
Okay.
did.
I didn't.
You're
I mean,
like,
that was
oh,
a
you're
joke.
sarcastic.
I
okay.
had so much break.
So you want to talk about New Year's resolutions? You said you
Yeah.
want to talk
No,
about.
I'm ready to hear about how it went in DC.
It went well.
Nice.
It went well.
But now,
I got to meet my nephew,
oh yeah,
Cool.
Jacinto.
and you got to
He's
see
cool.
a
Your
bunch of. You got
uncle?
to drive around. That was the big thing to
Yeah.
drive around to see family.
Yeah.
So you're able to see a lot more
Yeah.
people this time because
Right, I
of
went
the
to Delaware.
convenience.
I went to Baltimore
Having
a
a
couple
car is
times. I
worth
went
it,
to
right?
yeah. I went to Phil. Like I
remember
went to
that
northern
argument.
Delaware. I went to the beach in Delaware. I went to a lot of places out there.
Delaware.
Too.
I've only been on Delaware. I was on an Amtrak train going through Delaware, and
Delaware
I
has
remember
some of
the
the nicer-
conductor. He
yeah.
goes, "Now entering Delaware," and I swear, I'm not kidding. It was 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And
Now
he
we're
goes,
out.
Now leaving Delaware. Seriously, like I remember everybody scrambling to the windows of the Amtrak to look out to see Delaware, and then they're like, "Now leaving
Did you
Delaware."
see the tree? Did you see the
Like
tree?
that was Delaware. I was like, that was sick. Delaware's cute. It's a small, like the smallest place on earth.
yeah, the whole
The
15
to-
seconds.
Yeah,
sounds
it was
it's-
like, yeah. I remember looking at.
It's actually pretty. It's actually pretty. It's like really marshy.
all right.
It's really interesting.
It's
No,
all
well,
right.
But
you
it
gotta,
sounds
you gotta
like
drive
it's the size of a
through
It was
large
on
park.
the train.
the coast and the.
We were on
yeah.
the coast because the train goes through the coast, I believe,
Oh, okay.
if I remember right.
Jay's like, it's super nice. It's
It
literally
is.
the size of
I
a
think-
large park.
No, I think it has some of the nicer
you
beaches.
know, Wash
in
Park,
That,
it's kind of like that.
the nicer beaches in that whole area, I think, are.
Look it up. Central
Delaware.
Park is officially bigger than Delaware.
So like basically, you see how like. If you see why it'd be 15 seconds though, because right at Delaware like is
Oh.
this, so it's like it all goes down along the coast. It's just basically like a strip along the coast.
I could
Yeah.
see how that little part took 15
Yeah,
seconds.
it was
but it's
literally-
way bigger.
So I drove
Now
all the
entering
way to
Valley.
the.
It
It
south-
actually looks bigger than
drove-
Washington.
I drove all the way. It probably is. It's. I mean, Washington's super small. I drove all the way to here. I think I drove to.
So what's so good
Somewhere
about
around here.
Delaware? What do you like about Delaware?
The beaches are really pretty.
Bayard is a wonderful.
Rehoboth
little-
Beach is cool. The Bayside's also really pretty. Like Delaware and like right around here, there's like Assateague Island, which is an island with.
Is it a beach though, or is it just like a hangout island?
No, it's like a beach town. The island itself.
Is the
though,
beach nice or it's like
the
rocky?
beach it's sandy. I mean, I think they bring sand in all these beaches, but like, but yeah, no, Assateague Island's cool. It's like an island with a bunch of wild ponies that got like a wreck. There was a shipwreck in like the colonial times, and a bunch of ponies got out and they lived, and then like the ponies that live on the island.
Incest.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Oh, there's
generations
more?
and generations.
Wild? They're
yeah,
wild?
Yeah.
They're just wild horse. Where? What
Yes.
island?
It's called Assateague Island.
Sweet Dream, Alabama.
So yeah, they just kinda,
These horses are on the beach running around?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Well,
What
it's
if
in
they
Maryland,
go poop
I think.
on the beach and stuff? Who cleans it up?
Nobody.
Mother Nature, brother.
I tried camping there
No,
once.
there's no way they're
And
just
it-
horses running around
I
an
couldn't
island.
make it.
There's no way.
They're
Yeah.
called Broncos,
No
brother.
way.
This is
You've
it.
never heard of a
You
wild
see,
horse?
you
they're
mostly
not.
see them like this. Like they'll kind of be near the
they're
water.
on the marsh.
No,
They're not
they'll
on
be in the
beach.
dunes. They're on the beach and on the dunes. Yeah.
These
for
all
sure.
look like
See,
they wanna
there's
be
one that-
You can go up and like pet it?
No,
No, you're not supposed to. I mean,
They're-
people
What's gonna
probably
happen?
do.
bro.
They
I'd
could-
feed it.
They're regarded. You know how much?
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, you basically. It's very. It's a nice spot. You know. It's
They just
pretty.
walk around?
Yeah, they just walk around.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah, I know. So
That's
yeah,
like a must do.
You asked what is cool in Delaware. I'm telling you.
Dude, there's an island with horses?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
It's cool.
Assateague.
Yeah.
Don't let them get too close.
Dude. You can't spell
That
assateague
horse
without.
might.
So I walked up to the
That's
beach.
cool.
I
sick.
look
Look at those two fighting. Sorry.
Walked into the water. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So
Went into the water. Must have been freezing
it was
cold.
it was nighttime too. It was cold.
Yeah, must have been freezing.
Yeah, it's
Good
just
thing you didn't
so that
get
was
sucked
cool.
out.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's the East Coast.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well,
Nice. How was
Cool.
yours? Do you want to talk about your?
no,
break?
I want to talk about Super Bowl.
Honestly,
Okay.
I'll be honest though. On the topic of Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Kansas City. I was a big fan of Kansas City when I went there. I
Gross.
honestly feel like it's what people talk about when they talk about Denver like 15 years ago, and they're like, "It was so great. It was like a small town. Everyone was so nice." I feel like that's Kansas City
No
right now.
way. There's
Yes.
not. There can't be that
Kansas
much to
City.
do.
Oh yeah, I was gonna.
Well, 15, 20 years ago of Denver though, when there wasn't as much to do here.
Delaware.
was always
I
things to
was.
do here,
I
though.
actually wrote that in my phone. 1 second. I think there was something. Delaware's insane. It's like I think it's like 230,000 companies are registered in Delaware. And
For tax purposes?
For tax purposes, like,
Okay.
and then like 900,000 of them are. It's huge numbers, whatever it is, are like within one building.
Oh, because of Elon Musk is fighting Delaware right now because he was like, I deserve a $48 billion pay package, and Delaware was like, feels a little high, and then he was just
Speaking
like,
of taxes-
he was just like, I thought this was America. You're just like, they're like, yeah, but
48
do you
billion.
just
Did
get
you guys
the
do
whole
your
company?
taxes yet?
No, not yet.
Not
Have
yet.
you?
but.
I gotta do.
Isn't
mine
that crazy that this small little place could come up with something that could like basically their steel mills? That was their industry to have.
too? I thought that was Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh
Steelers,
yeah, the
literally
whole
the
area.
Steelers.
The
But
whole area.
I'm
Pittsburgh
saying,
is so
you
close
know,
to
like
Delaware,
all the
yeah.
towns used
Not
to
the-
have
sorry,
like a
not
trade
Pittsburgh,
back in
Philly.
the day of what they were known for.
You should move your pot filter down a little, so you can no, just like down vertically. Yeah, there you go. A little more, so you can see your face.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like each town, like if you think of China now, it would be like there's a town that just does recycling. There's a town
like,
that
rice.
just does rice. There's a town that just does knives or something. Do you know what I'm saying? So it used to be like
like
that
Mad
in
Max.
America back in the day, where like industry was what the town was on, and they'd have like specific stuff, steel and Pittsburgh. They'd have another town that would just do wood, and so like or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They'd make things, specific things.
That's where all the sports teams come from,
yeah.
like the Timbers and stuff.
Yeah,
It's like the town
exactly.
was known for timber or something like that.
Yeah.
So what were they doing here? Nuggets, coal mining.
Yeah,
Exactly. Isn't that kind of crazy now?
Or
Now you
gold,
think about it a
right?
little
Isn't
bit more?
nuggets gold?
Gold nuggets,
Yeah,
brother.
gold mining, coal mining.
It's lucky if you get
I'd
Mining.
rather get gold than coal.
The miners.
brother.
They should be the miners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Denver Miners.
Colorado School
Kind of
of
kick to it. Nuggets or miners? I'd rather be the miners.
Oh, ore diggers.
The diggers?
Ore diggers.
The
The
ore
ore-
diggers? No, that's terrible.
What would you rename the Denver team?
The miners.
Miners are insane. Do you know what they used to like?
Dude,
have you
being
ever gone-
underground like for like 12 hours
Yeah,
a day, it's
but
insane.
Have you seen?
What about like the
How
mountains?
low, deep they go in like the
Avalanche
elevators
is a
and
good
stuff?
name. Yeah, no, it's well, and then they just had like lanterns.
Who?
Like miners.
Oh
back
my
in the
God!
day.
You know why the rockets are the rockets?
'Cause
NASA.
NASA,
Yeah,
bro.
the space,
I didn't even
the
know.
space,
Think of
yeah.
that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then the Astros.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just blowing your mind.
Oh
It is
my
pretty
God.
Sick, right? When you start to make those.
All right,
connections,
no,
you
wait a
think it's
minute. Wait a
random.
minute. The Raiders. Why is it the Las Vegas Raiders?
It's not. It's
Oakland.
Well,
not-
it
Why
used
is it
to be-
Oakland Raiders?
Well,
Because-
was it? Were there pirates in that area
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
back in the
exactly.
day? Because
That's
In
what-
Oakland?
well, I'm talking like 1800 or
yeah,
something.
the
you know
West
what I mean?
Coast.
Okay,
back
why are
in-
the San Diego Chargers?
Oakland.
San Diego Chargers.
electricity? Boom.
No, out of San Diego. Okay.
Not every team
iPhone
has
plugs,
to.
electricity.
Okay, so we're on the topic of sports.
I feel like the
Super Bowl.
horses.
It's Super Bowl week. It's a big week. Are you guys?
Dun, 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 dun.
Are you guys-
Brum, brum.
You think the 49ers are going to win?
Dun,
That's a
dun,
great
dun, dun.
pick. You think Chiefs?
Yeah.
It's
Do you
definitely
know-
going to be the
Do you
49ers.
know why it's going to be the $40?
Yeah, tell me.
Numerology.
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 Oh, the Brock Purdy thing? The 13?
Yeah, 13.
Okay.
Taylor Swift
Taylor Swift loves that number.
loves that number.
It's her favorite number.
It's her favorite number. So there's this whole thing, and she's like,
Keep echoing
1,
Neil.
3, 1, 3, and then she's like,
It's
I
the
was born
13th
in
row.
January and on the 3rd, and then it's like whenever I sit in this seat on the 13th row, I win a Grammy. Whenever I sit in the 13th seat, I win a Grammy.
Wouldn't it be funny if Taylor Swift just
You know who's
Well,
number
this would be
13?
funny.
You
It'd
know
be
who's
sad.
number 13?
You
The
know-
quarterback for the 49ers.
you know what would be funny?
How about that?
You know what would be funny is if Taylor Swift just becomes schizophrenic. And then she's just like, and 13 because 1 plus
Yeah.
3, and that also means the ceiling fan. And she just
Like-
keeps going.
like
and
Jen-
all her fans are just like, she's fine. She's making total sense. Like Kanye. Remember what happened to Kanye?
Kanye.
No, Kanye's gone.
Well, but you know what
His
I'm saying?
girlfriend's
He's basically
Crazy.
His
Did you
girl-
ever-
well, I feel like he forces
It's a-
her to be naked.
I don't think so.
I think he picks, like with
Did
Kim,
you
he picked
see-
all of her outfits when they were married.
She has her own
No.
choice in life. No, she doesn't.
I don't think so.
He's crazy, dude.
I don't
okay,
think so.
oh yeah,
Did you see the
13-hour
movie?
flight from Tokyo to Vegas, which she's
Yeah.
gonna be on.
Did you
Niners
see-
for sure. Niners
You think
for
so?
sure.
Okay, I trust you over me. I trust you over me.
Everybody, you know. So there's a thing in
Who's gonna win?
Vegas.
Curran says KC though.
So KC is an underdog. There's a thing in Vegas. Everybody on this is not the saying, but everybody right now in Vegas, all the public side is all betting on Kansas City, and all the sharps, the pros, are betting
The
on
sharps,
the Niners. And what they say with all
what
the
are
public,
what are the shops doing?
the shops,
which way are the shops moving?
because what
Which way
there's
they
a saying
moving?
in Vegas is called "public dogs go to die,"
That's
and this is
lovely.
a public dog. Kansas City's an underdog. There's like Mahomes. This fairy tale is over.
Oh,
they're not even that
You're basically
good.
saying this is one of those situations where everyone's like, "Oh,
They're so
the more
overhyped.
popular team is getting all the hype," but you're like,
It's like
they're an
a-
underdog for a reason.
it-
The other team's just better.
It's like a stock that's gone up. Like what was that? GameStop. It went from $5 to like $500,
moon,
and
diamond
people are
hands,
buying
diamond
GameStop
hands.
at $500 because they have fear of missing out. This is the fear of missing.
It's like
They are
it's
overhyped.
like Conor McGregor fighting now, where everybody would still
Yeah,
bet
it's
on
like,
him.
oh, it's Connor. But
Yeah.
it's Connor. It's Connor.
Yeah.
No, it's over. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's over.
You
And
think
it ends.
You think Mahomes is the whole moment?
No, I
in
think
the sun's
Mahomes is
over?
good. I just don't. I think the Niners
He's a
defense is
future-
unbelievable.
he's a
and
first-round
they're gonna
Hall of Famer.
Ever heard of a kid named Christian McCaffrey? He's unbelievable.
He
You
is
know,
good.
some-
Running back, right? Small guy.
Running back,
Son
yeah.
of
Cannot
a
be tackled.
legendary Ed McCaffrey, number
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
8 for the Broncos.
Yeah. So I think. I mean, we used to have a segment called Schneider Stocks. I want to give a little financial advice. One, Schneider Stocks. We talked about Palantir. Can you? I send you the clip about a year ago. What I told people to buy a year ago. It's a company called Palantir. PLTR.
Neil predicted that
It
Israel
was
was going to get into
$7.
war with Gaza.
When I,
you know what I mean?
I love genocide.
If you watch this show, that's not what I said. If you watch this show, you make money. Period. You would have
It
made
doesn't matter
200%.
if it's blood money or good money.
So I'm going to give you two things. I'm
You're
going to give
like,
you
You're going to be making it one way or another.
Schneider. The Schneider
Children
stock.
may
I don't
die.
have any stocks right now. I still think Disney is a great buy. It went up like 11% today, and I kept telling you
They
guys.
definitely kill children.
But Disney?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, that Bobby girl got divorced? That's sad.
Oh yeah,
She's
remember
old
I brought her
enough
up
to
on the
get
show, and you
married?
guys
Yeah.
were like, and that was
She
when I
was-
was
she
like,
has kids.
if we don't talk about my topics, I'm
She has
canceling the whole
kids.
show
Yeah.
forever because I was part of Bobby.
That was awesome.
Bobby Althoff almost got us divorced.
Can you bring? Yeah.
That was sick. It's like, if you don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk ever.
Yeah, I like that
So in
impression
the
because
meantime,
it sounds exactly
while,
like me.
While Jay is bringing it up, the Schneider stock pick that I told you guys about, and you could have.
Thanks
cashed
for
in
sending me
on.
the link before the show too.
I did. I sent you the video, and then
No, but that involves me.
I have
hooking
2 picks
another
for the
source.
Super Bowl. I have 2 picks for the Super Bowl. Obviously, go with the sharps.
You can't have 49ers and come on.
Over 3.5 field goals. I think there's going to be a lot of. They're playing in a beautiful. It's going to be beautiful weather in Las Vegas. It's big. It's not a dome, but the stadium's so big. It's going to be no wind. Kickers can kick from like 60 yards. It's going to be field goals. So go down. Over 3.5 field goals and Niners to win. Remember that. Go down. Go
Lot of
down.
golf. Lots
Go
of
down. Right there on the
golf.
bottom left. Bottom left. Left. That one.
Wow.
That one.
You have a nice memory, brother.
Well, I had to find it for the show.
He sent the video
I sent this.
5 minutes ago. Hold on. All right. So let me go to browser and then I'll redo it. Da 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 da.
It's
Da,
going
da,
to be
da,
a
da.
lot.
So
To
Palantir
to redo it,
is a
to
company.
unmute it, to make it
It's
bigger.
no, the unmuted. It's right there. It's
I
literally.
know,
right
but
there.
when he reloads the page,
I think it'll be okay. Okay, hold on. No, I
Told
have to.
ya.
I have to reload.
Have you guys ever heard of
Abby
the-
V, yes.
No, literally,
It's not
literally a
that
year ago.
dingus, and it's not the stock.
wasn't
Palantir. Have
literally.
you guys ever heard of this company called
14th,
Palantir?
2003.
Yes.
PLTR is the stock ticker.
Name.
3 days later.
So guys, let me tell you, I love.
Who invited Will?
This was the first time you replaced somebody's voice.
So that was
He's been doing this. This is his move in editing.
Dog got new
He goes,
tricks.
my
wait
move.
a second, I can mute the
That's
audio
right.
and put my own audio in.
I told you
I
at
love that.
$7.30 1 year ago. Palantir by Palantir.
It was
Today,
like, buy. I said buy.
Today, the price of Palantir is, Will, drum roll, please. Drum roll.
$1 million.
$24.51.
Wait,
You'd
but
be
you
up
didn't- you don't still own it.
50%.
You don't
I
still own
don't
it.
still own
You
it.
sold.
Unfortunately, I sold
Yeah,
out
okay.
Hey, win.
at about
Mr.,
$16. So I sold out.
I heard
but
14 last time. I think I have 14 in
I don't know. I don't
He
know.
did
if it's
say
14 or
14.
16, whatever it is. It was in the teens.
Oh, see, I can catch you in
But
your
here's the thing.
lies.
So you know what Palantir is right now? This is
that-
the Kansas
Does
City
Neil, does
Chiefs.
Neil keep getting louder
Because
as each
I'm
episode?
talking in the microphone.
I know what I want to talk
Yeah.
about.
The Palantir is the Kansas City Chiefs. People are buying Palantir at $24. Now it's way overpriced. It's just like the Kansas City Chiefs. Hammer the
Nice.
Niners. Have some fun during the Super
One
Bowl.
thing that
Will?
did happen, I love my poker story. Isn't that a good story?
Oh, yeah. You played poker.
So, to set the scene.
This is gonna just. I have a bad feeling.
It's-
Oh, go ahead.
okay.
You want
I'll
to
get
drink?
the
You want a
quick-
beer?
No, I got some water.
You want a beer?
No, thank you.
Nothing? All right. I guess am
I-
I drinking alone on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel good
Go.
about myself. I barely drink, though.
Go ahead.
I'll
be back.
Go to
Start
a,
talking.
Yes. Thank you.
Tell the story now.
Will do, sir.
you leaving
Keep
me
going. Keep
solo
going.
with this?
Yeah, you got it.
Jesus.
So, I,
Do you know how much weight I'm gonna have to put on
I
my
go
back? for
over
this
to-
one?
Oh, we talked about it.
Yes, I know this story.
so I go to a friend's house to play poker, which I've never done before. Going to like a house game. It's a whole. It's a. So I show up. We're all having a good time. People bring some like stuff to snack on. Then there's 2 tables, and so I go up to the guy, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, which table do you want to play on?" I'm like, "What's the difference?" He's like, "Well, one is a little bit more, I don't know, professional or experienced, and then the other one is kind of more chill." I'm like, "Definitely give me the chill table." So, and I was like, "Okay, so what's the buy-in?" Because I looked up what to say whenever you go in, so you look like you know what you're doing. I'm
There
like,
you go.
"Hey,
Nice.
what's
the
the
buy-in?
buy-in?" And
Yeah.
he's like,
Big blind.
"Yeah,
Okay.
what's the BL?"
Big bank, take little
Don't-
bank.
If you call it the BL, they're gonna send you home. That's so embarrassing. Do not call it that.
So
okay.
I
all right.
ask him, and he's like, "It's 40, anywhere from 40 to 100." I'm like, "Dang, that's kind of a lot of money," but I still bought in for 60. So I look
Cheers,
somewhat
Curran.
cool. So, anyways, we start playing, and we're playing 50 cent and $1, or no, 25 cent and 50 cent big littles. And we're playing. Everyone's having a good time. I have one hand. Everyone, it's pretty equal. I come around, and the guy across from me bets fairly heavy, but I have a good hand. And I don't remember this one, but I remember the
Okay.
other one. So it comes around to me, and I'm like, let's see what this guy's made of. So
Let's see what he's made
match
of.
him. Goes around
Match him.
again. He doubles down this time, and I'm like, man, at this point, I think it already got to like the last cards. I'm like, I got to see just one way or another what this guy's about.
Okay.
Comes around, boom.
I want to see
lose.
what he's. I want to see what he's made
Wait,
of.
wait,
see?
wait, wait. Finish that. Boom. What?
I lose. Boom, I lose. So
Okay.
I'm like, oof, that one hurt.
Okay.
I did
Yeah.
not care for that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like a little dog, whipped a little bit. I'm just
Okay.
like,
How much did you lose that hand?
It was like $40.
Okay. So you're down to like $20 now. Okay. Start with 60.
I want to see what this guy's made of. Loses 2/3 of my pot.
Like,
I gotta see it. Guys, like full house was like pair of threes.
you win some, you lose some.
Will goes high card.
High card, 8.
I got an ace and I got a king.
No, it's
All right,
like
go
a 7 and a 9. I'm like,
All right, go
high
ahead.
card, 9.
Okay.
So it goes around again. We're playing. In the pre-flop, I look at my cards and I have
The
a
pre-flop.
pair of
I
twos.
like
Called a
that.
pre-flop.
Is that what they call it?
Yes.
You got a
I
pair
have
of twos and a pre.
twos. And I'm like,
pre-flop
okay,
hand.
well, I'm going to at least stay in this hand just to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Goes around the table. People throw in maybe $1 or something. So I'm like, yeah, no worries. Then we get the flop. The flop is 2 9s and a 2. That gives me, for people that don't know poker, what we call a full house.
Explain it to him, Will.
A full house is
Okay.
where you have 3 of a kind. So I have my 2 2s plus the additional 2.
I wasn't
And
serious.
then a 2 of a kind, which
Good.
is the 9
Yeah.
and the other 9.
You know what else a full house is called?
The nuts?
A boat.
Oh, boat.
No, it's not the nuts. Because if you had 2 9s, 4 9s would be the nuts.
Oh, okay. So it's
Okay.
like no matter what I win. That's what
If
the
you
nuts
have-
means.
No, don't do that.
This story needs some
No,
music.
it's
No, not
Just
this.
keep going. Keep going.
bring me
Let
my
him mess
ale.
around.
Oh, here we go. Keep going, Will.
But
Okay.
it's too loud.
Full.
too
He's
loud.
got
It
a
is?
boat. You got a full
Just
house.
down a little bit more.
You got a full
It's
house.
pretty loud. I'll
I
try
don't
and
think
talk
it's that
over.
loud. Turn
Okay,
your
maybe I'm talking.
Headphones down.
Okay, so I have a full house. It goes around to the guy that I lost to, big, right? He goes all in at this point, and I'm like, "Oh, buddy, this guy doesn't know the truck that's gonna hit him, right?" So
Okay.
I'm like,
Guy
"This is
goes all in.
amazing."
How much you
it
go on
goes-
for?
Well, I think the guy next to me had actually more money than me. So because when
Yeah, he
when
did.
when
He
you
had
go
way more.
all in, when you
Then he's
go
putting your all
it
in.
means then yeah.
Yeah,
Because
if you're
you
the
only
smaller
matched
stack.
the highest, the second highest.
You can only go all in. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. You don't get rewarded extra
it-
money that you
it-
don't have. Yeah.
So it goes to the guy. He goes all in. Then it goes to the guy next to me. He goes all. This. I'm sitting there.
It's odd.
My wife Joyce is behind me, and I turn around and I whisper, "Watch this." So turn back around, right? And so luckily I didn't play it out because that's also like a dick move, right?
What do
like
you mean
if
didn't play it out?
like if you're like, "Ooh, should I do it?"
Oh no, that's called slow roll.
Yeah,
Hold
exactly.
on,
Slow roll.
Pause. Hold on.
Why?
Something happened. This thing died.
Rip.
It got too hot.
Are you telling me they're not going to hear this story?
Is that it?
I don't know what they're hearing. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, just go to the bathroom.
Smoke break.
All right, hold on.
I'll check
hold
what
on,
they can see.
Hold on. Will's story was just so good.
It is. It literally broke the internet.
All right, we're coming back.
Oh, it's just a brick wall.
We're
Oh, they hear us.
Okay, you can.
Okay.
Hold on. I think we're back.
We can hear you. Sick. All right. So
Hold on.
I. For the other show, they don't need to see us for the story, and then we'll.
No, relax.
Go ahead.
Jason, hold on.
Think.
Invited Will.
The music?
No. It was
Oh,
playing
because he
the-
doesn't have his earphones on. You got to go
It's
to
playing,
the other
you keep
tab.
playing my Instagram video, dog.
Yeah.
I can't.
Click
tell.
on it.
This one. Yeah.
Just close it. Okay. So I am there. Can I go, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go now.
Yeah.
So I'm there. I say, this is sick. The three of us, it's the biggest pot of the night by far. All of us are all in. So they do the turn. They do.
What
the
did they
turn.
have?
Okay. So yes. So I have the full house, right? The guy across me flips over a pair of aces, which is the best hand you can have pre-flop.
Correct.
Then it goes to the guy to my right. He has a 9. He also has
A
a
9
full
and a
house.
what?
A 9 and I don't remember.
Give us a number.
A 2. No,
No,
not a
I
2.
hope not.
A 9 and a 3.
Okay, 9 and a 3.
So what that means
He has trip
is
nines.
he has trip 9s
We can
and the
hear
2.
everything.
Still,
LOL.
still though, he has a full house, but a lesser full house. So
No, he doesn't.
yes, he does.
Who has a full house?
Oh, he doesn't.
No, he
that
doesn't.
that was yeah, because
You have the full house.
I have the
He has
full,
trip 9s.
Yeah.
And the other guy has a
Exactly.
pair of aces.
Pair of aces.
Okay. Two
So-
pair, aces and 9s. The turn.
We have the turn. Now it gets to the river.
What was the turn?
The turn. Oh, so the turn goes, and it's like. Sorry, I thought we said we were.
What is the turn?
The turn is a 3. We
What
already said
is
that.
the turn?
Oh no, that's what. No,
I
he
said
didn't have
what
a 3.
is the turn?
He has a. It's a 6.
Say turn
it's a
again,
6.
motherfucker.
Okay, the
It's a
turn is
six.
a 6.
So
So
nothing-
you got 2, 9, 9, 6.
Yes. So what
Same
that
thing.
means?
You're in the lead.
I'm still in the lead.
Yes.
It's all down to
You have to dodge a 6, a
6,
9,
a 9, and
or an ace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brad, the dad. Who's on first? What are we saying?
A
here?
6,
So,
a 9, or an ace.
6 or 9 and
Or
ace.
you're going to triple up.
Or I'm gonna triple up. So they flip the card, and it's an ace.
No way! Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scream.
It's an ace, and
No.
everyone at the table goes nuts. They're like, "Oh my god, it hit!" And at this time too, we weren't thinking of all the other combinations. Everyone at the table thought we only need the ace was the only winner. So that's another reason.
Yeah.
So, anyways, people are going crazy, and then all of a sudden, maybe half a second goes by, and they go. The two people sitting on the side of the dealer go, "Whoa! Everyone, wait! It was a new dealer. Didn't realize you have to burn a card,
Yes.
meaning you discard a card before flipping." And they're like, "That was the burn card."
That's crazy.
It just that
guy must have been so pissed.
Just goes out of the room. You can
Except
see
you.
his
And
stomach.
you're like, yeah!
I'm inside.
Did you fist pump in the guy's face?
Yeah, I did. I gave him a tiger.
Sunday at the Masters.
Yeah. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is horrible!" Like, because they felt obviously really bad for the guy. So they're like, "Okay, let's see what the card is." Flip it over, and it was like a jack. And so no one wins except me.
Will.
And so I loved it. It was such a good
just-
feeling.
oh, isn't it?
When you're like,
Just rolling in
sorry,
the
boys,
chips."
my hands have to go like this
Yeah.
to get all the chips that I just won from
and
you.
they're like dealing the next cards, and their chips are still in the way. You're like,
I'm counting, and I'm like, sorry, can I get 5? So it was awesome.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
nice.
And then the hand went around again. We played through the rest of the night. The very last hand, the guy tried again to like get me to bluff potentially, or to get me into a hand because he bet pretty heavy again.
The
And at
same
this
guy
point-
that you beat?
Yes, the same guy that I beat. And at this point,
Oh,
I
he's
have
on
a
tilt.
huge, I
He's
have like
on
a
tilt.
huge pile. So I'm like, oh, I can throw $10
oh yeah,
at this guy.
just totally
whatever.
disrespect him, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm the big daddy.
Oh
in the
yeah,
room.
you are.
So I have the cards, and it goes around the room, and he's down on his luck at this point, right? So small chip pile.
So it's really time
goes
to put your foot on his neck.
I'm like, no mercy. I go like half his. I go half of what he has
Stack.
left. I'm like, hey, what is that? What is that? I ask him deal it
To
up.
count, you made him count his
Yeah, I
stack.
go, what do you
How
have
much
over
you
there?
have? You fucking.
I didn't do that part. That would have been the move. So I throw it. I'm like this. I throw it. I'm like, don't even count. I didn't like.
You splashed the pot.
Yeah, but no, like I didn't even. He puts in $20. Let's say. I'm like, close enough. Just throws like a lot of chips in.
Yeah.
Right. Just
Yeah.
really get it. And the guy goes, "Ooh," and he folds, and I'm like, yeah. And they're
Yeah.
like, and then he's like, guys, I need to go home.
I couldn't lose this money. I really needed this money. Will's like, play one more hand, bitch.
Hold on,
You still got
pause.
$15.
This is every conversation with Will and Neil, by the way. It ends like this.
Oh,
Raise
my
1
God.
million.
No.
And then he just.
You guys just laughing hysterically.
Oh man, it's so good though.
Oh, that's
And
classic.
so-
The guy's like crying. I gotta go home.
Gotta go.
My wife is gonna kill me.
I'm just over there, just like slapping my wife's butt or something. It's like,
Joy's like, this is why I married him.
she's like, you still got it, babe. You still got it.
Joy's just like, all right, are we done? Like, how many more of these?
Then everyone
Hands-
wrapped up, and then
Then
the
everyone
guy
applauded.
started. And then when he starts counting out the doll, because I paid in 20s too. I think most people paid in 20s. $200. So I won $260 on the $60 I bought in for. And let me tell you, $200 in 20s is a lot of money. As he's flopping them
What
out
is that?
there.
Almost 10?
You can't even
10,
count that high.
20s?
So
Do you want to do like a couple links and then I have a Neil's Got Issues and we call it? Because I got a big day tomorrow. I can't be. I no 2-hour show or anything. Let's keep it.
Honestly, man, I feel like we should all go to Kansas City and do a video there.
Why?
The video would be, is Kansas City as cool as Jay thinks it is?
It's
I went to a wine
It's
bar.
not.
I went to a wine bar.
We should do a Kansas City. Is
I
Kansas
drove
City,
11 hours.
Kansas better or Kansas City, Missouri?
No, Missouri. 100%.
It's just a
Yeah,
blowout?
there's no, yeah.
So Kansas pretty much sucks altogether. The best city in Kansas is Lawrence. That's where KU is at.
Okay.
That's a good college town.
All right.
Other than that,
What is it with you in college towns? What are
I'm
you
a
like
big
going to become a
college town.
professor
maybe
somewhere?
I should.
Neil was D1. You have to know your competition.
I think
Think
college
about it.
college towns are very unique. It's
Every
really
time.
fun.
Louisville.
I
Neil's
didn't hear it.
Neil's
D1
like college town,
D1
right? College town.
D1 towns are college towns, and you have to know your competition.
I guess.
Oh, it's good, brother.
I don't know about knowing your competition.
You're like, I know the
but
top 5
It's just
roster in
unique.
every
How many,
country,
like a college
every
town,
college.
like Madison, Wisconsin, Lawrence,
Wisconsin.
Kansas, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Jay,
Baton
that-
Rouge.
Jay, that's the other thing about Neil. Neil knows these random, really, really random facts about just about anything, and it makes
What?
him the best small talker or introducer in like a crowd ever because
yeah.
he can connect with
Someone would be
anyone.
like, I'm from Baton Rouge. He's like, Baton Rouge, you got the da-da-das.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, I went to school in."
But honestly, I
da-da-da,"
feel like
and then he-
once
but
it
he
gets-
knows-
Yeah, it's
he
called
knows-
being interesting.
I know, but no.
I
what
feel
I'm
like
saying-
once it gets to
Wait,
the
real
East
quick, real
Coast,
quick.
though, it
They're
all goes
horrible,
away.
though.
But then it
They're
goes from
horrible.
This.
That's
It's
why.
not just like one connection. Like everyone can have one connection with a spot, right? You could say, "Oh, my family went there." Da 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 da. But Neil has like 2 or 3, like stuff that only local people know.
He's like a comic. He goes in
So
and
are
he
you
learns
re-
a couple local facts about the
Yeah.
city so that
And
he
he
can do
moves on.
small talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then to the best degree, you see him and you're like, "He's
Yeah.
Picasso in here."
This
I
is
know-
quite the
okay,
compliment.
so here's the
Neil,
thing.
Neil is awesome. I love him.
Here's the thing. I know a little about a lot. Will
Yeah.
knows a lot about a little. I also think you're more niche and know a lot about a little.
No, I think
I don't
a
know
lot. I think
in
I know a
depth
little
about
about a lot.
anything.
I think I know a little about a lot.
You know little bit about a lot.
Yeah.
You think so?
I know a
really
lot
know
of- I know a
little
lot
bit
about,
a
like-
lot though. I know. I don't know if there's anybody who can
Oh.
compare to me as about as much stuff
No,
as I
yeah.
know about a lot of things, but a little bit of it.
Yeah, you're like a.
I'm the very
You're
skin.
a raconteur.
What is that?
Let's look it up.
A pirate.
I'm a pirate.
No.
A unit.
Let's see.
I have something to say about that.
Go ahead. About
Sick.
what?
Wait.
You said knowing
A person who tells anecdotes in a skillful and amusing way.
Oh yeah,
What-
that sounds.
You
like
know what?
I don't know if that's exactly.
Sounds like
Anecdote
sounds
is
like
like a
a
quote, right?
non-incel joker.
No, anecdote's like a personal story.
Oh,
Yeah.
then I think I.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
oh,
like-
you're
fair.
definitely a raconteur. You damn
Yeah, I think that's
raconteur.
fair. But a
He's a
raconteur has
raconteur.
old French roots.
Wasn't that kind of a good
part of it.
analogy?
I don't.
Incel joker.
What?
Who's the incel joker?
What?
It's like a raconteur is better than an incest joker. Like
Incest joker?
You know what he is? He's a raconteur because he sells rackets.
that.
Speaking
Yeah,
of,
right?
is it time to do a?
A Schneider tennis ad?
Hold on.
What was I going to talk about?
I don't know, man. That's for you to figure out.
Can we go back to the page so I can see what was in the chat?
We were talking about traveling, going to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Going to check out the towns, meeting people, college towns,
College towns, getting
D1
closer,
tennis,
you being really
universities.
good at, small talking.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
you're
pretty
just really good at
impressive.
small talking.
Speaking of Schneider
I
Tennis,
used to
Oh.
be better.
That's what it was. I'm back on
This
it.
is Schneider Tennis ad.
Can I
though,
get
no.
it real quick?
no, we
Wait,
can't.
come
After,
on.
just
You can
pause.
do it after
Hold
the ad.
Remember.
No, he doesn't
Okay.
stop.
Fine.
Schneider Tennis. Listen, have prices gone up? They've gone up. I'm not gonna lie,
Whack.
but it's because I have to.
But you know
okay?
what else
I
has
have
gone up?
to.
You know what else has gone up? Quality, ladies and
You know
gentlemen.
what else has gone up? Discounts. When you know the owner of Schneider Tennis, you get discounts. Okay.
Wait, so
The
did
Blade
it just even
V9.
out though?
What?
If you're saying the prices went up, but the discounts also went
Yeah,
up,
it
then-
evened out.
Well, this
Even
is
out.
this is an ad.
Well, this is my ad.
Let's do it verbatim.
Did it even out? It has even out. The prices are basically the same because you're getting the discounts. Okay.
Where are the discounts? What's this?
You have to know me.
Gotcha.
So if you watch, it pays to watch the show.
Follow Schneider, DM me, Schneider Tennis on Instagram, Schneider Tennis _1, SchneiderTennis.com.
Of course
Listen, we've
I
got
knew-
all the Blade. Would you please in the ad? You love to talk in the ad. Stop talking in the ad.
There
The
are
Blade
stringing-
V9, the Blade V9, you can only get it at SchneiderTennis.com.
Where is that? What is that?
Go to the rackets.
Okay.
The Wilson Blade V9.
The Blade
No,
V-
it's the V15. It's the Blade V9. Go down.
Where are we?
Go down. Go down.
Next gen past the V8.
Oh wait, I see
The
the blade.
V9.
The V9. There
The
it is.
100L.
That's what we're looking at.
Listen, everywhere sold out.
Look
the
at this
big
thing.
retailers are sold out. You know who's not sold out? Schneider Tennis. We'll get it to you shipped today. I'll ship it right now.
He will go home and ship you a Blade V9.
I'll drive it to your house. I'll do it.
He'll drive across Kansas.
You ever been to Kansas City?
to give you a
You ever
Blade
been to
V9?
You live in Louisville? You live in Kansas City?
Oh, so Jay could talk.
You live in St. Louis? 'Cause
I'm
he's talking about the
contributing to the ad.
product. He's contributing. Listen, SchneiderTennis.com. Your
I
one
can bring up
stop
random
for
facts.
all Wilson tennis equipment. We even got pedal equipment.
Oh,
It's called
yeah.
paddle.
We love you. SchneiderTennis.com.
Paddle, Neil. That's
Come
what we call a paddle.
shop SchneiderTennis.com. We love you. That's the end of this ad.
Okay, so
All
I
right.
remember what I was going to say.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. Hold on.
Good.
It's going to be sick. Okay, so
No,
what I
no.
learned
Hold on. I
is
got it.
just what we were talking about. Neil knows a lot of facts about
SchneiderTennis.com.
or a lot of
A
facts,
little bit about a
little
lot.
bit about a lot. I know a lot about a little
And how
bit.
to connect with people.
But one of the
is also
things
Neil
that
knows
I
a little
was
about a
gonna
lot.
say-
I know a lot about a little bit. That's what you just
exactly.
said.
It was pretty sick. I remember that
That's a
cadence.
tongue
what do you say?
twister.
What do you say?
Whenever we said it the first time around, I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. But what I found out, can we go back to see me?
Can you tell a story?
Yes.
You just
Just say it.
Are you ever like, so I do the same thing. I think it's it's cool to have like conversational facts and people are like, oh, I didn't know that. So I had this whole story where I went to a restaurant, and I got a bottle of wine.
Okay, you got a bottle of wine at a restaurant.
Well, I have
Okay.
no idea what we're talking about. I've been
I have
focusing
no
on the
idea
production.
either.
So just it'll be real quick, and then
Go.
I'll get.
Don't
Okay,
believe you.
So you get the wine, and they hand you the cork.
Okay.
So I read online that you smell the cork, and actually, if you know what you're doing, that's all you do. You don't actually swirl it around. Like you could swirl it around to see if there's sediment, but you never taste it.
This is false.
Okay, just
This
wait.
is not
Just
true.
wait.
Just wait.
Not true.
So I thought that was an interesting little fact, right? And so then you go to the restaurant and then you say this fact, and then no one's going to be like, oh, that's so random. Like, why would he make that up? Why would he lie? I believe the fact now. And so then they pass on this fact, right, to the next conversation where they open the wine. They're like, well, actually, all you need to do is smell the cork. And then
Who's
everyone
they?
goes, they're friends of friends of
Hypothetical
friends.
situation.
Oh, you're saying like you're gonna go out and you're gonna be like, this fact is so interesting that you start like basically like a knowledge,
Misinformation.
a knowledge
A
revolution.
Misinformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread of misinformation.
Because turns out I was like, I don't know where I heard that. Let me look up and see if it's true. Looked it up. Can't find anything
It's not
on
true.
the internet. It's absolutely, they scrubbed it from the internet.
Oh yeah, that's what they did.
We call it big
Yeah.
wine, big cork.
So let me.
Big corks
So
out
what
to
I
get me.
learned in like what's it called?
But then isn't that funny as spreading misinformation? Yeah.
When I was like a fine dining waiter, what I learned is you look at the cork to see like, so you know how like part of it's purple,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like touched the wine. if the cork is broken or if it's like flawed, the wine will spread all the way to the top, which means that air is getting in, which means it could be spoiled or there could be bacteria or it could be oxidized.
I've never
So
seen
you
a
ins-
whole cork that's all.
So you
Have you?
but so
Supposedly,
you inspect
it's
the
1
cork
in
to
20.
see if there's like
Any-
a line of liquid that's gone up the side or
any
something.
fault
Yeah,
in the-
it's not about smelling it. It's just a piece of wood.
No, it's also about smelling
I
it
don't
because
think so.
it'll be a vinegar smell. I mean, I just
Well, that's
looked
what
it
you
up
can smell
recently.
when you smell the wine.
And the cork.
You don't need to smell the cork for that.
It's called corking it.
Yeah, well, they say wine is corked, but it just
But then, did you
But that
notice
just means
at
the
the
cork is
restaurant?
broken.
Supposedly the stats are 1 in 20
false.
are bad.
Oh,
False.
1
I-
in 20?
I would highly doubt that. I would highly
I've
doubt
Look it up.
opened
Let's look it
I've
up.
opened probably 100 bottles
I
of
know.
wine.
That's why
never
I've
seen
never
one.
seen it either.
Also, they use different material than cork the wood. They use like plastic corks or glass corks.
Yeah.
Those are not gonna like necessarily go bad, right? Like because it's
You would
not
think.
right. But if it's wood and it's an old bottle of wine,
Yeah.
it's really only if it's a nice bottle of wine because then the cork degrades because it's been around for 20 years or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then you want to make sure that like the integrity of the cork was good. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
But
anyway.
you still taste it.
I don't know.
Wow, this guy's even lower.
All right.
1 in 12.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, but you
What
would
the
still.
fuck is Will talking about? Just drink the bottle. That's what your dad said. We didn't close my loop, Gabriella. Thank you.
What loop?
About the trip?
Oh yeah,
No,
we're not
that's
doing
very
that
good.
ever. But yeah,
You gonna let him talk to you like that?
Exactly.
He-
Tell
We're
another
not gonna-
tell another wine story.
That was pretty good. Because
No,
you
it
just-
wasn't.
You just pass on
The
information.
wine story is bad.
Tell another
With all
tell
due
another
respect, the
tell
wine-
another story about smelling a cork.
I just think it's hilarious
What
that
about
I'm,
what? Spreading misinformation? It happens
Yeah.
all that. You can relate that to like politics.
Yeah,
how much
sure.
in politics?
Everything-
how much
everything on
misinformation
Reddit-
is Trump spreading?
Everything
and not
on-
to call out Trump, but all politicians, right?
So what do
Everything
you
on
believe?
Reddit is a lie.
What do
Yeah.
you believe?
Yeah, how do you know you have a trusted source?
Doing it or exposing yourself to it? It's probably the way.
Or
to
also
so
like
I'm not gonna-
researching a couple levels
I don't
deep
watch
into
the
who the
news.
source is.
yeah.
Not mainstream media.
Well, certain
Do you
people,
watch
no,
the
but
news?
certain people don't.
Do you
have
watch
it.
local news?
No, my mom does it. It's insane to me.
I think it's cringy how
It's
bad local
so
news
cringy,
is.
and it's also like today 4 Palestinian children were violently murdered. It's like next
Yeah.
up, dog gives ice cream to all the. I'm like, why would you put those two pieces of information?
And they always
next
end
to
on
each
a
other?
positive
what it's
note
like?
to bring you
Yeah.
back.
It's like
To
somebody
bring you back.
scrolling through and just their feed is just insane. Like,
Yeah.
every story has nothing
Yeah.
to do with the last
Yeah.
story.
And also,
and then
what
you
you
could just
realize,
go from like
the news.
seeing a murder to then like
Yeah.
the next thing is just like a bunny.
But
Israel says Palestinian tunnels are 450 feet wide. And next up, new traffic construction on I-95. It's like,
Right.
what do those two things have to do with
related,
each
right.
other? Yeah.
But also, the news channels, they have all the power to tell you what they want to tell you.
Have you seen that video? Of
crazy.
them? I showed Jay.
like
Think
anyone-
of that? Have you
anyone-
thought about that?
Have you seen? There's this video
get it.
I showed you and Tita recently. Remember that video? I think it was right around. I don't remember what it was right around, but it was. They were going. Each station said the exact same thing. All of them had the same script, and they are all saying it word for word. Like,
Yeah.
and there's like 30 of them, and they're like the only
just
thing they
because
change
Bill
is
Clinton was on the
in-
plane does not imply any wrongdoing. That
And
was
so
one
they
of
just
them.
change it from like in Bayfield to in Katy. And that's the only difference from the
Yeah.
script. And it's like across Fox,
Well,
CBS,
because a lot of
NBC.
news,
What was it
a lot of
about?
news companies are
We should
owned
find
by
it
corporations now.
We
It
should
used to
look it
be
up.
back in the day, you couldn't one corporation couldn't own more than
Thank
X
you
number
so
of
much,
media
Brad.
outlets. Now the local news in 50 states are all owned by like the same company. So they farm out from corporate. Hey, here are the talking
Sure,
points you gotta
yeah,
hit,
yeah.
and you can do a little ad libbing or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But this was
can
like
I do just
the same
Neil's
exact-
got issues,
yeah,
or
let's
do you
do
want
that.
any links?
What was I gonna say?
Do you wanna do any links
I
or
honestly
no?
think that we should vlog a trip to Kansas City. I think that would
that's
be
a lot.
an excellent video.
I still
A
want to do
weekend
the
in Kansas
arcade
City?
game.
Curran, you could fly.
What
up and
about
meet us.
what about this chat?
Colby? You could fly.
What
out.
about this chat?
Colby in the
A
chat.
Dave and Buster's arcade challenge, like an arcade marathon where we pick our 3 favorite games and we play each of our 3 favorite games and see who's best. It's like a decathlon but arcade games. A lot easier than going to Kansas City to see if
Nah, Kansas
how's
City.
the
So let's just pick things we're good at. Is that what
Neil
you're
goes
saying?
Yeah, you pick whatever.
instead of going to Kansas City and having a great time. Why don't we play video games? That's
Why
what
don't we
Neil
do
said.
stuff
That's
that I
fun.
excel
That's
in?
what Neil suggested.
Why don't I just do stuff that I win at? That sounds fun.
No, it does. You can pick whatever game you want.
I'm
You
not
could
good
beat
at
me.
any of
You
them.
can. You're probably good at the big buck game. When you shoot.
Colby. If Colby's still
You're
there,
not?
No, not really.
Colby asked me
Well,
what
figure it out.
Colby asked me my thoughts on scalable microservices earlier in the chat. I just want to answer that before
Do
the
you?
issues.
Okay.
I have never worked in a microservice architecture before, but what I do like is that Dave Farley constantly reiterates the fact that like if you can't deploy each service individually, then it's not microservices. All you have is a distributed monolith. Anyway, hopefully Colby.
Hey, Will's gonna send
Gets
you
that.
a clip of the news station.
How should I do it, Jay? Send it on what?
Because he wants
Whatever you
Text
want.
message?
Sure.
text.
Is it a
Text.
is it
man.
a is
you
it a
said
link,
that like a 60-year-old.
is it a link
Man.
to is it a link to the World Wide Web?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Text message.
Through Jesus Christ, all things are
All
possible.
right. So,
Okay.
all right, you got it quickly. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get ready to get your mind blown, brother.
Okay, hold on.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities.
Mid-Michigan communities.
We
I
are
love that
truly
we're gonna
proud
get
of
claimed
the
for
quality,
this.
balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news.
Oh,
has
wait, we're
become
not
all
showing
too
this
common on
browser
social
tab.
media. More
Hold on, we gotta
alarming, some
restart
media
it.
outlets.
No, we don't.
We did.
No. Jay, it's fine.
No,
we
it's
don't
not.
need it.
Trust
It's
me, it's
30
not fine.
seconds.
Trust me, it's not fine. It's
Okay.
not even close to fine.
Producer's fault.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. Hold
producer's
on.
fault.
This is what we've been
It's the
staring
producer's fault.
slack-jawed
I
at.
can't wait for us to
Greatest
say our
responsibility
New
is
Year's
to serve our Treasure
resolutions.
Valley communities,
The El Paso, Las Cruces communities.
Eastern Iowa communities.
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News
I mean, this
produces.
is.
But
What is this supposed to be? Okay.
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased
This is
and
like
false
audio
news has
death.
become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories.
Can't wait till we
checking
get
facts
claimed for
first.
this.
The
This is
sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
I feel like I'm in the Matrix.
Whoinvitedwill.com. Whoinvitedwill.com.
No, it's too late for that.
All right.
We get it.
This is the type of thing
We get it.
Will watches in his
But
free time.
isn't that crazy? Because
I
then
have seen this
then you
before.
go back
Yeah,
to
me too.
what I initially
We're muted.
said
No, we're not.
of where do you trust your information? Because I would assume that they did that because there was actually some truth on the internet, and they're like, okay, well, if we throw false information at it and then spread that through like your authorities through the news, then people will listen and they won't believe the like stories that don't really make sense.
So wait. I feel like that's just that's just corporate America. That's it.
But you don't think that has anything to do with like government controlling you? And
I don't
like,
think the
what
government
information-
is. I think it's just. I mean, maybe the government's
Corporations.
Like, yeah,
controlling
it's just
you.
corporations. Yeah,
I would say.
I don't think the
What does that
specifically
serve?
news corporations.
What does-
corporations also control the government in a lot of ways too, right?
Yes,
so
but
it's like,
what would that prove? Like, what does
Yeah,
that
in a
do
way.
for them
They have the money
to have
Right.
the
fight back.
news to say that? How does that benefiting the corporations?
because they know that the people watching the local news aren't watching 17 other local news channels. Like they
No,
want
what's the end game for them is what I'm asking.
just having a predictable population is probably the most like
Okay, yeah, because
important
you can
thing.
project out.
Yeah, like everyone wakes up and they drive in rush hours at 6:30 to 8:30 every day, and then everyone starts work at 9 and everyone goes sleep at 5. Like that's very valuable to know what most people
yes,
are going
but
to be doing.
this is like a one-off thing of them saying specifically this misinformation. Like if it
What was the
going to be
misinformation? What was the story?
They just said in general misinformation. There was no one thing. So that's what I'm saying is I think it's more specifically around like anything that is different from what the mainstream media is putting out is going to be considered misinformation. And there must be some like legit things happening for them to put out this social announcement being like, hey, don't trust everything you say. Listen to us. Remember, we're the news. We're the good guys.
Well,
Trust
also
us.
it's like marketing
Don't
for their own
trust
product,
anybody.
right? Like if the news isn't going to be like, actually, Twitter's a way better news source than us. Like, why would they say that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The corporation's
now
thinking.
On Twitter, they give you like, "Hey, this is misinformation.
Right.
You should see this link."
Well, they
this
have
actually
to
didn't
now
happen
because they.
Well, not
there's so
every
much-
not every site is like that, but Twitter does.
No, but the big social media companies had to. I think at some point they had to.
Spread of misinformation is horrible.
There was so much
All right.
misinformation they had to basically like start putting those disclaimers up.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's gotten so bad you have to do something about it.
And
I
they're
feel
like-
that's what's going to happen with pollution. It's going to get so bad.
Brad, we call that China. China.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah, Will is just.
It's time. Let's end the show with a.
Neil's got issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get a higher? I'm a huge Chiefs fan. I've never been to a Super Bowl.
This is
before.
Jay, isn't it?
No, I've
Jesus Christ.
I've never been to a Super Bowl before in person. This year, I'm determined to go. Someone called me about this issue, by the way. I bought a ticket to Las Vegas that arrives this Sunday morning, and then a red eye back Monday morning, meaning in the middle of the night.
No.
Yes, in the
No,
middle
we
of the
should
night.
start doing
red eye.
for 2024.
Monday, so it'd be
Monday.
It'd be
1
Wait, Neil.
a.m. Yeah,
You're gonna have
that's
to
what I did.
restart.
No to you.
You're gonna have to restart this with no interruptions. But before you restart this, we should set up a voicemail line and do audio. Neil's got issues for 2024. What do you think about that?
If people are willing to call in.
Okay, now restart.
I'm a
restart from the
huge
top.
Chiefs fan. I've never been to a Super Bowl before in person. This year, I'm determined to go. I bought a ticket to Las Vegas that arrives Sunday morning, and then a red eye back Monday morning. Problem is, minimum ticket price to the Super Bowl is $3,000.
I heard it's 12.
I think that no, it's not.
Wait, no,
I
he's
think the
muted. Don't
Chiefs-
worry.
I think the Chiefs are gonna win for sure. Do you, if you were me, do you double down and place a $3,500 bet on the Chiefs to win? If so, if they win, my Super Bowl ticket is free.
So this is advice I've heard. Never bet on your team because if they lose, you lose twice.
Ooh.
But if you win, do you win twice?
I think you can only ever win once by definition of winning.
And then the $12,000
Really?
the $12,000
I don't like-
is worth it.
Like
That makes
you
sense.
just don't.
3,000.
No, what I'm saying is you make a bet so that for the other team, so that whatever it is, it's worth you going to the Super Bowl.
I think you're still sad if you lose. How much money your team wins?
Right, exactly.
You're like,
Yeah.
yay,
Then
my
you-
wife's
then you-
gonna divorce me.
So what would
Then you
do?
win 0.
My advice is obviously not to bet and just if you can go to the. I would go to
Just
Vegas
go-
and not go to the game. I would watch the game in Vegas with a bunch of Chiefs fans and then come home. Not like
I
there's
don't
all
think the
these
game's
sports
worth
books
it. Like, have you seen that $2 million box? The $2.5 million box?
in Las Vegas.
Oh my! I gotta find this. Hold on.
No.
I
So,
gotta find this.
so he would show up and try and buy a ticket from scalpers.
He told me no. He said no. He's not going to buy it. He's going to
Well,
buy
then,
it.
if you don't have a ticket, what do you mean?
you can buy it off of internet, like in the
There's-
30-second game. Yeah, it's called Game
and
Time
then how
app.
is there?
Game Time
Well,
app.
that shows you where America's at. If there's still seats available, how is that not sold out? Because
It is. They already bought it. There's reselling. It's called reselling. It is sold out.
Okay, it is sold out. and
Yeah,
they're
you
selling
can't
it
buy it at the
again.
box office.
But
You
that's
gotta
still
buy-
a scalper, basically. It's
It's
an online
another
scalper.
person.
Stop screaming.
Dude, what do you mean it's an online? It's
Hold
a
on,
real
stop yelling,
ticket.
stop
Scalpers,
yelling.
you don't know if it's real or
Stop
not. It's a
yelling.
person.
Oh, really? Oh, I've seen this.
Okay, we
Nah.
gotta
Who
move this.
cares? You get
Everything you
popcorn.
get: bacon wrap hot dog.
Who
Can't eat
cares?
it. Don't eat pork. Burnt end burrito.
Who cares?
Also, it's only half. Glazed Super Bowl donut sundae. Disgusting.
Still not anything.
Carne asada fries.
Still
Why?
crap.
Why?
And it's cold.
Seafood stuffed potato. Maybe good. Maybe just looks weird.
Maybe
surf
food
and turf
poisoning.
nachos. No. Wagyu beef hot dog. Yes. I mean, I think we can all say yes to that. Frozen cheesecake. Why would you
Horrible.
lick cheesecake like a thing? This
Oh, he's
bartender looks
using
terrible.
Bullet.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. I
Bullet,
paid
bullet
$20,000
rye,
Million
bullet rye.
for one ticket, or you get the whole suite.
The
No.
sweet, but like this is nothing. They give you
No, I
concession
know.
It's
stand
shared.
food.
It's shared,
Yeah.
though. It's shared. It's all the VIP
Okay, so
club.
even if you have 20 people, that's $100,000 a person.
Oh wait,
Yes.
hold on. They didn't see it.
For hot
I keep
dogs.
going to the
That's
wrong
what
thing.
I'm saying.
Yeah, no, hell no.
Hold
Hell
on,
no.
hold on.
But see, this fan in this question is a super fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, has missed all these Super Bowl wins.
Sorry,
hasn't
I always
there-
put this
It's
on the
finally
wrong
like,
browser.
oh, I want to go to
It sounds
one.
like stocks where it becomes FOMO and they're already at the high, and then you
Is it?
you get left.
People
with
Here
said
you
that
go.
about the Patriots. They kept winning. With Tom
Here
Brady.
you go, everybody. This is what we're saying. Bacon wrap hot dog sucks. Burnt end burrito also sucks. Glazed Super Bowl nuts. disgusting. Carne asada fries, disgusting. I'm sorry, that looks bad. Seafood stuffed potato, maybe good. Anyway,
not
this is
good.
just them getting This is
Yeah.
all you get for
So do you go?
$2.5 million.
The question is, do you
20,000.
go? Do you go if you were this
I
guy?
want gold leaf.
It's
Something.
20,000.
I want
2.5
espresso
million.
martinis made from like an extinct.
You could at the
Coffee
full
tree.
service bar.
No, come on.
No, they just have Bullet.
Like Jack Daniels.
They,
That's an
they serve
upcharge.
Bullet, dude. I
That's
want
an
them serving. I
upcharge.
want them making my old fashioned out of Pappy.
Pappy
They will.
Fruity, exactly.
For an extra
Exactly.
$10, you can.
No, I don't need to pay any more money. If
Per
I pay
drink.
$2.5 million, I don't need to pay any more money.
I mean, I missed a bunch of Astros
Live
World
streaming
Series and stuff, and I don't regret it. I would go to a Texans Super Bowl, though. If the Texans got in the Super Bowl, I'd go. I think I would go.
okay, wait.
But what
Let's
Baseball,
go back.
if
Let's
the
go back.
Rockets were in the
Finals?
finals, I would definitely fly to Houston and go 100%. But it's about the sport. Like
Yeah.
baseball, I'm not that into it. It's fine.
What if
Football
Wait,
is fine.
What football team do you like?
Houston
Texans.
Texans.
So if the Texans were in the Super Bowl, would you?
Yeah, we have CJ Stroud. I bet you in the next 5 years we win a Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
Oh, my
the
God.
camera. I don't know why.
Okay. All right. So your answer is don't go or go. Go and bet on the game or go or don't go, Jay?
I would say go.
You say go and bet on the game?
No, go and
No
don't
bet.
bet on the game.
No bet, go.
Go and don't bet on the game.
Will?
I would say what Neil said. I would go. Don't go to the game. Get a nice.
No, go and go to the game.
You get a nice place and get a cheer with every other people. Because then you can also celebrate.
It's bad.
You can celebrate, but you see it way better on a TV, a massive TV,
No,
than you
go.
do it
Go to the
at
game.
the game.
So wait, no. Let me
I-
give
so
some
what do you
real
do?
advice. Let me give
what
real
I
advice.
said.
I didn't hear you.
Okay.
We're fixing the.
I know.
fucking-
What I
Don't
said.
don't go to the game.
Don't go to the game, but go to Vegas, watch it in Vegas, and celebrate
Oh,
if they win after.
So,
What
but do you
said.
make a bet?
No bet.
No bet. Just go, fly to Vegas, party, come back.
Yes.
Okay. I say if you've never been to a Super Bowl, I say go to the game.
Yeah.
But don't bet it.
Yes.
Because I feel like
Yes.
that's
So go to the game and don't bet.
nah. Go and bet it. I
Neil-
just don't think they're
yeah.
gonna win this year. If I thought Kansas City was gonna win, I would say bet it. I'm
Listen,
very confident.
I'm sitting.
Kansas City's not gonna win this game.
I'm
wanna
sitting.
bet?
I'm sitting. Okay.
What do you want to bet?
I'm
don't
sitting
wanna bet.
here.
$20?
No.
Okay.
Too much.
I'm sitting here.
Too rich
10.
for my blood.
$10?
I'm on the left side.
$5.
I'm on the right side of the screen, but I'm actually the one who is the voice of reason.
$5. You got Kansas City. I got.
This is what you
49ers.
gotta
No.
do.
I want
I
the
want the
49ers.
Niners. Well, we're on the same side.
Let me.
Jay, do you want to take
answer.
a $5 bet?
Listen, Wonder Twins over here.
Do you want to bet us?
No. Oh wait, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah. $5.
Ooh.
Also you.
Oh, that's
Okay.
what we call double or nothing.
There we
Yeah.
go.
$5. So I win. I lose 10 or win 10. Basically.
Correct.
All right. So this is what I would say.
High roller.
Quick
You
math.
go, and
He's built
you go and you buy a ticket because this is why you've already considered spending $3,500. So mentally, you've already spent the money. So just go spend the money. Just say, hey, look, if you have enough money to consider spending $3,500 on a live event, then do it. You're not going to do this again. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Just do it.
Yeah.
I would say don't bet.
Life is
This
about
why.
experiences for sure.
Exactly.
It is about
You're buying
experiences.
yourself,
Yeah.
even if you're like, it wasn't the best game of my life, you got to say, hey, I bought a ticket to the Super Bowl. That's
Relax,
a great thing.
Karen.
That's an awesome
Is
thing.
it great? Thing?
So,
Curran says
don't
go and
bet.
bet and live bet.
No, this is what you got to do.
Relax. over
Maybe
there.
live bet, but you got to live bet in the game. Once you're in the stadium,
How do you
then
do
you'll
that?
know if you should be live betting because you will be in a better vantage point than anyone in the
No,
world.
for sure.
To determine if that
You're at
team's
the
gonna
same
do
level
well.
as the
Right.
sports book.
You're sitting there and you're watching the game.
So
in
you're
real
saying,
time.
are you saying go and live bet?
I would say yes.
Oh,
but also,
wow.
But don't bet before the game, and this is
Don't
why.
bet before the game.
Because let's say you lose, then you're going to be devastated. You're going to have lost $7,000 in one day. You're not going to want to go out. You're not going to want to party. You got to say basically, look, I'm going to go and I'm not going to bet. I've already spent the $3,500, but then you have a few thousand or a few hundred that you're going to go gamble with.
Yeah.
If you lose, you still have that money that you know you can go out and have a great time with. If you win, you will win and your Super Bowl ticket will be free. And I guarantee you will go out gambling with an absolute rock hard wallet and you will lose so much more money. You'll get wasted, number one. You'll get absolutely wasted. Number two, you'll be
Lose
like,
your wallet.
my ticket was free and no, I'm in Vegas. Rah! You'll rip your shirt off and you will go out and you will lose.
Well, your flight isn't at like 1 hour after the game or 2 hours after the game ends. Remember, it's a Monday.
Oh, don't do that.
It's a Monday. He already booked the flight. He booked the flight to Monday red eye.
Okay, now I'm thinking.
It's a 1 a.m. flight.
Just go and don't bet. Just be a classy civilian. I know you're gonna bet, but I'm telling you, like, just remember the show.
Don't drink too much.
Yeah,
because that'll be a
no.
long flight
Drink
home.
as much as you want, but don't bet. That's what I would say.
Miss the red eye. Wake up.
Miss your flight and stay in Vegas. And
That's why I say don't go to the game. I have been told, I think a lot of people say, is that going to college games is way better in person, but going to NFL games is not as good.
I cannot imagine going to the Super Bowl
NFL
and then
games aren't that
flying
great
an
in
hour
person.
after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
is change. Call United right now and change that flight. Stay the night.
Yeah,
You know the hotel. Do you know how expensive the hotels are?
Oh,
It
You
doesn't
crazy?
matter. Sleep on the street. Find somebody
Sleep
and
on
be
the
like, "Can I sleep
streets."
in your hotel with you?"
Oh, that's a good plan. What a
yeah.
You're going off the rail. I think it's time to end it. I'm worried about where you're going next. Okay. Oh, you wanted to say your New Year's resolution?
I do.
Go ahead, real quick. Make it snappy.
Read more books.
Good.
Read books at all.
I
really.
like that. And
What kind of books?
And
I have a bunch of software
and what else
books
you
I
gonna
wanna
do?
read.
Just one other thing.
Hold on.
What are they saying? I'm the only one on.
What else did you want to do, Jay?
So this has been a good episode. Why don't you tell them?
Is it fix the production on this show? We can't have these outages. We gotta fix. What is that? What is that all about? Will, what do you want to do?
I've been working out more. I want to keep that consistent.
Nice. Working out more. Good for the body and mind. And me, well,
Girlfriend.
I don't know if that's a. Is that a?
What is
No,
your resolution?
it has
What
to
is
be
your
something-
say it? Say
it
it.
has
Come
to
on.
be
You said you knew what
something
yours
that you
was.
have. Oh, win a tournament.
No, that's not on it. What do I really want to do? I want to get better at the guitar.
Okay.
That's a resolution. That's true.
You're usually the resolution guy, and this year you hesitated.
Well, when you're perfect.
So basically,
Anyway.
the reason I want to read more books is because I realized that I don't know a lot about computer science.
Okay.
But I am a software developer.
Yeah.
But if I could in a year give myself basically a bachelor's in computer science by
10,000
reading enough
hours.
books.
That's right.
Right?
All right. Cheers, everybody. Let's go 49ers.
Kansas City, Kansas City, Kansas City.
All right. We're outie. See you on the next one. Peace.
Good night.
SchneiderTennis.com.